I was up very late working on re-recording the audio for Chapter 1 of Darkness and Starlight, so the Seth Figaro section, but the narration is recorded, and I think I like it better. So I'm currently cutting the narration and the dialogue into, like, a functional, here's the words. Then I need to finish the music and find sound effects, put it together, and start drawing some pictures. So there's a lot of work that goes into getting that, and that's why the chapter hasn't been put out since I put the prologue up on my birthday in January, but that's coming. So if you're at all interested in that, or you just really want to humor me and make my day, please look forward to that. I have some more Final Fantasy VI music that I am preparing to release separate from that. So there will be more music coming too, if you like Final Fantasy VI, which I assume you do because you're here. How many of you, actually, show of hands, how many of you haven't actually played through or experienced Final Fantasy VI before? Is there anyone for whom this is your first Final Fantasy VI time? Sorry, I'm moving my camera around a bit because it's a new camera and it's set up differently, and I'm trying to figure out, is this a good placement for it? I guess that's probably fine. That's probably fine. Let's see. Okay, Drake, my goodness, are you at all familiar with the story? Because we're not super far along, but we are definitely not at the beginning of the game, and I can try to fill you in on what's going on. You can read my fanfic. No, but this is probably not the most comfortable way to jump into the story if you want to truly have a Final Fantasy VI experience. Oh man, beast practices. Okay, well, but at least you have some context of knowing the game if you've played parts of it yourself. Hopefully you'll be excited about the new stuff that will come. We've got some exciting things coming up. Before we dive into the game, I also want to do like a little bit of like housekeeping of stuff that's going along, that's coming up rather. So just so you know, I am going to be performing on a Twitch and YouTube hosted charity concert for Equality Texas. Specifically to support the work that they're doing, trying to help protect trans kids in Texas. If you don't know, I grew up in Texas and spent most of my life there, and so as a queer person from Texas, this is a cause that I have some personal stake in, and a lot of interest in trying to do what I can. So if that sounds like, if you would like to hear me do some music and help contribute to a really important cause, and kind of rally with other people who care about the same sorts of things, that will be next Saturday. I will try to host it on this channel, so follow the link from this channel to there. I will probably rate it as soon as we're done streaming this next week. So I will lead you there if they've started by then. We'll see how long I go. I don't want to lose my voice before I have to sing. So the time that it starts, I think that it starts at, is it 3 Pacific? Hold on. Let me check. Part of the problem is that they're on the West Coast and I'm on the East Coast. So anything about our times is going to be, I have to interpret it. But okay, so it starts at 2 p.m. Pacific. And I will probably be going on around 7-ish my time, but there'll be a band performing, and there will be monologues and stuff because it's a theater company that's organizing it. So please tune into that. I will share more information about that as I have more information available. There's been a lot going on, and this is something that they've been pushing really hard to put together. But yeah, if you look up, it's called the Transwarp Drive, which I think is a really cute name. Yeah, I'll keep you posted on that on my social media and in our Discord. Other than that, I've confirmed my own concert that I will be hosting here on this channel on Sunday, April 10th. It will be taking place in the afternoon on Sunday, and I have lined up a bunch of different musicians who play different instruments and have different feels, but I think you'll really like, who like some of the same games that you folks do. So look forward to that. Please put it on your calendar if that sounds like a good time. Feel free to spend your Sunday, April 10th, with us, just hanging out, making music. I might have new stuff. Also, I have an April Fool's song that I'm going to put on YouTube. that I'm working really hard on. But I won't tell anyone what it is. But it makes me laugh every time I think about it. So, is there anything else I need to say? Do we have any other... Is there anything else that we need an update for, folks? What else is there? What have I been forgetting? I don't think there's anything else to do. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah. Dog song slam jam. Oh, you got me, old girl. You've seen right through me. I'm so transparent. No, I think that's it. I think that's it. Thank you for tuning in for Final Fantasy VI, folks. This is my favorite game of all time, and I love it very, very much. And I'm so excited to be able to connect with people about it and share it with people. I appreciated you sitting with me. Here, let's go ahead and load up this save. This is like the signal to myself to know that this is where I'll like cut to the like, okay. I don't know, folks. Oh my god. I just really like these characters so much. Oh my god. Okay, so I have to share this. This is unrelated to, I mean, so I have this quest that I want to turn into. I want to embody Locke Cole. No, I don't actually exactly. He needs therapy. That boy needs therapy. But I really do like characters like that. And so like I've always wanted to wear fingerless gloves. So I got a pair. I'm thinking about ordering some different ones because these ones are like, they're satin, so they're shiny and fashion, and they don't like, they Velcro. Like that's how you know like these are like a fashion thing, but rather than like, I don't know. But so what do you think? Oh, I did my Velcro badly. Are we okay? Like, how and when do you wear? Because I want to get more of them. Because I just like they're not the best made or designed. They're kind of, you know, they're kind of a cheap costume thing. There's like strings sticking out and stuff. So I want to get some actual good ones. I don't want to have a motorcycle. I have a slight fear of accelerating really fast, but I found out that the boots that I really like are all motorcycle boots, so I have multiple pairs of motorcycle boots, and fingerless gloves are a motorcycle thing, and so apparently I just really like the aesthetics of that, so I don't know. But yeah, okay, so we got our gaming gloves on. I don't know, can I just wear these? Can I just be cool and wear my fingerless gloves? You know, it's funny. At some point in my life, I was like, I'm going to dress like more interestingly than just t-shirt and jeans. And so I changed my fashion sense, but it was kind of the whole like Lauren's trying to be the sort of person that she thinks she's supposed to be. And so it took some getting comfortable with just, I'm going to put it on even if it feels like a costume and going to do that. But it's a little bit harder. Yes, these are actually from Sock Dreams. Well done, Whisker Pixel. You have excellent taste in sock collection stores. I've been getting stuff from Sock Dreams for a long time. If you're not familiar with them, if you really like socks, which I do, I have a lot of really cool socks, and sock glue to make sure that the tall ones stay up. Yes. But yeah, no, so I'm not gonna get a motorcycle, although like I would love to be the motorcycle lesbian picking up my like fencing girlfriend. I don't know. Would that be good? How's that an AU? Oh man. No, but it's funny because like I feel self-conscious sometimes about like dressing like I'm wearing a costume and people are gonna see through me and they're gonna see like that I'm pretending. But really what I'm actually doing is just trying to feel like myself, you know, as Chrono just said. Yeah. But the thing is that I spent so much of my life in a costume of sorts that I am having a hard time with that transition over to feeling like it's okay to dress as me, especially because I felt like I had to hide myself. So there's still that like deeply entrenched nobody must see, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna wear fingerless gloves. So if you see me wearing my fingerless gloves in photos or things, you can be like, Lauren is winning against her brain gremlins and is happy. Like, I see myself in my webcam and I'm just like, I'm happy. This is what I want. This is what I want. Like, this is like the embodiment of my fashion sense is fingerless gloves. Not necessarily these ones. They aren't quite what I want, but they'll do. But I've got several others that I really like that are saved in Etsy that maybe I'll just get. Yeah. Which kind of is a perfect segue into, I guess, one last thing that I want to say before we dive into actually playing the game. Because this is Lauren's experience with Final Fantasy VI, and if you don't want to listen to me ramble about stuff, there's a chatty tag if you look at my stream description stuff. I actually felt really self-conscious putting last stream up on YouTube. I was like, can I just like cut the entire opera section because I feel self-conscious about it. And part of it is that, like, everybody's been like, oh, we're gonna see what Lauren has to say about the opera. And there's like layers of stuff there. There's layers of pressure where I know that people are like, oh, that in particular is gonna be a noteworthy thing for Lauren. There's the fact that, I cover it. There's the people want a reaction, but I already knew there was going to be singing from Celes, and had some idea of what they might be doing with that. So like there was that, and then there was my reaction to her voice, and I don't like not liking things. I really enjoy liking things, and so I try really hard to approach things with a mindset of I might love this. You know, I think that's such a better way of living. I mean, it's okay to not like things, but I think that disliking things got really normalized as like the way to be cool and funny and fit in on the internet. In the early to mid 2000s was kind of really when that trend, I think, super took off. And it hasn't entirely let up, although I think that we're seeing a lot more push towards being wholesome and earnest. There's still some of that, and I still feel like I need to push back against it. So it's kind of cool to dislike things. And I'm not cool. No, so I really wanted to like what they do. And the thing is, like, in concept, I love the idea of, like, we've all had, I say, Final Fantasy VI fans have been talking about Celes singing opera and the plausibility of that for decades now. I know because I've participated in many conversations. Shockingly, I've talked to lots of people about Final Fantasy VI over the years. No, and so I like the idea that they took a stance on it. And I don't think that I would dislike Celes' cute voice as much if I didn't have my own personal issues that kind of knocked into, which I think is really important sometimes to realize that we come to things with our own baggage in addition to our own taste. And those two things can come together to shape our reactions to things. And our reactions are still valid, but I do think that it is helpful to be able to say, oh, it's not that it's bad. And it is partly just that it doesn't really fit my interpretation of the character. But it's also tapping into some of my own, like, feelings about things completely unrelated to Final Fantasy VI. On a deep and personal level, I don't feel like my sweet little girl Disney princess voice fits who I am inside. And yet I spent a lot of my life with folks thinking that I was going to be this sweet Disney princess of a girl, and I tried so hard to be the sweet Disney princess type, you know? And to fit the voice, and everyone's like, ah, yes, of course Lauren sounds like she's a sweet Disney princess. That's who she is. It's really not. It's really not. And I know I've talked about this a lot on stream over the past, like, year or so especially, but I was really frustrated and disappointed by being a soprano, and people are like, why are you complaining, Lauren? At least you can sing. And I'm like, yeah, but something's not right. I think if I could have any voice in the world, I would sound like the person that I cast as Locke in my audiobook of Final Fantasy VI. I think if I could have any voice in the world, it would be that sound right there, because I've been drawn to voices that sound very similar to that in the past. you know, but I'm not that. I sound like a Disney princess when I sing. And so having Celes sound like a Disney, like not even like a Disney princess, but like a cutesy little girl, just happened to hit me just wrong. Because at least let her sound like an opera floozy if you're not gonna let her sound like an imperial general. Don't make her sound like a cute little girl. Yeah. I don't know, man. Anyway, I've been thinking about it a lot, and I appreciate you all sitting with me while I have feelings about it. And I hope that it wound up being interesting, even outside of like my personal stuff that I bring to it. But I hope that at the very least I could talk about like music and translations and singing sounds and things like that in a way that was interesting. Seriously though, that French singer has a really nice voice. I really liked her voice. She's definitely my favorite. Look at me, second try. I get the right button. Oh, Sabin is being a cool dude right now. And unfortunately, in this version of the game, being a cool dude has consequences. Which is to say he's wearing sunglasses, so he's blinded. So he can't hit if he just punches, but if he suplexes, and so on. If he fire dances, we'll be fine. Let's be real, that's what we're gonna do. Oh, man. God, I love this song. I love the soundtrack to this game. Yeah, so I'm not super worried about his sunglasses. There's something about his profile picture that always looked like he could have been my mother's brother, you know? Sabin, I mean. I don't know why that is. Fun thing, the Final Fantasy VI group that I'm part of has been deliberating over Sabin's name's pronunciation. And I know that Sabin is probably not the right pronunciation for him, but you know what? It's the one pronunciation that we don't have any guidance for. The game doesn't provide that to us in any capacity. So I have no justification for the fact that I say the name Sabin. But I don't want to call him Sabine. And Sabin feels weird? I don't know. I guess I probably ought to solve that at some point if I'm gonna be, you know, doing an audio version of this thing. Or I could just change his name to Mash. I mean, I'm calling Cyan Kyan in it, so I guess I can do whatever. Alright, so last time... Yes, Sabin can still suplex a train like in the original, which we did. We suplexed the train. It's very important. You gotta suplex the train. And they even made it so that would be visibly very similar to the original with like the flipping of it and things, which was not how they had the suplex going. Now, it's not called suplex. It's called meteor strike. But suplex is what I call it. I'm sorry. His blitzes are always going to be their original Ted Woolsey translation to me. I don't even care if they're inaccurate. That's what they are. Even though Bum Rush is not a name when I was a kid. It was like, oh, bum. But it's still a bum rush to me, even if I think it's a dumb name. I'm sure it's not actually a dumb name. I'm sure it references something that isn't your butt. But I was like 12, 11, little. So they could have blue gloss. That would have been a nice touch. Okay, it's a real fighting technique. Okay, well, I was a child, so I didn't know that. Oh, was it a boxing thing? I should have known that, actually. I used to watch boxing with my dad. There's another thing that I did that wasn't very true to my personality, but it made other people happy. Thanks, Dragon Imps. I watched a lot of boxing and a lot of MMA to make other people happy, and I was like, oh, I like it, I do. And everyone's like, really? You like watching people get hurt? The truth is that no. Also, Sabin, I'm sure, has a fantastic butt, let's be real. He's a martial artist. He probably does a ton of squats. I wonder if he could out-squat Zach. Maybe he should be a cameo if I ever go back to Squats King of Shinra High. Fanfic. Oh man. Alright, so Final Fantasy VI, in which we can now walk diagonally. Last time, nothing of importance happened. And by that I mean, we went to Calling In and heard Forever Rachel, which was everything I could have wanted it to be and more. And even my internet going down couldn't stop that. And then we went to Zozo, which was a great song. And then we did the Opera House, which I just talked about for like another 20 minutes. Sorry, folks, that's what I do. And then we got the airship. Setzer's theme is absolutely amazing. This version is so great. I'm glad to know that the Game Brass has now listened to it and thought about it, because I want the Game Brass to do Setzer's theme in the style of Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster. Today should be the day we hear Devil's Lab, yes. A good point, Blade Tiger. Nothing of importance happened in Zozo speak. Yes. Oh, I guess we should go to Albrook, shouldn't we? Well, we'll go to Albrook later. There's a significant scene for Final Fantasy VI. Locke and Celes fans. And Albrook. Later. Do we want to check out Albrook, though? Oh, shoot. Where's my map? Which one is Albrook? Is it the one in the center? No, the one in the center is Vector. This is not Vector. This is... Right? This is... Yeah, this is Albrook. Okay. Look. I thought you were telling me to go somewhere. Then I was like, wait, no, Vector's the middle of the continent. The southern continent. The occupied port city. Everywhere on the southern continent has been occupied and or destroyed to some degree. The Empire, as it turns out, it's not good. Why do they call it Albrook, or why do they call it the occupied port city? There's actually several port cities, and they wind up having varying degrees of Imperial interference. Well, it's because this used to be a whole bunch of different city-states. Well, it used to be a bunch of different cities. The specifics of the geopolitical situation in the world of Final Fantasy VI is open to some debate. Yes, that is a sentence I just said. I have opinions about that, though. The port's off limits. Yes, so basically, though, the entire southern continent has been occupied, invaded, attacked, etc. by the Empire from its central point in Vector, at the heart of the continent. It has spread out and taken over everywhere else. If you can make note of that as a quote, we'll get FlutyBot up and running one of these days, and we'll add some of these backlogs of quotes. Oh man, I'm so sad about our bot being down. I really like her. But they spread over their continent, and now they are moving into other places. So the eastern continent of Doma, they were attacking. We saw that happen, and then they spread up into South Figaro and Nicaea, which is the main continent for our characters, where most of our characters come from. Anyway, I have big opinions about the specifics of the geopolitical situation, historically speaking, in Final Fantasy VI. So, like, if you're curious how I interpret that, with some changes that maybe aren't entirely accurate to the facts we are given in the game, you could read my fanfic, or wait for the audiobook to pop up, because it's coming. Because I've gone into that to some degree, not with the depth that I would if it were like my own setting that I was making from scratch. But I can't write about a thing without having thought about stuff like that. That's just, I'm sorry. This is a brain that really likes to overthink things and wonder why they are the way they are and how they are the way they are. And it has to be able to envision some depth of their functionality in order for it to be able to do anything with them. So, Blue Glass is gently teasing me because I repositioned a few things. I tweaked a few cities and was like, there you go. Hi, Axel. Look at how rude these guys are. Town belongs to the Empire. The town, you'll notice, doesn't agree. They consider themselves occupied. Okay, they're exceptionally vulnerable to magic. Wonder why that could be. The walking bass line here. Is that a walking bass line? It's a really good bass line anyway. Is this the first I've heard this song in this game? Where's my electric guitar solo? It's a good bass line though. I really want guitar. Alright, that'll do. That's a guitar solo. Hi, Brandomania. Alright. I don't think we're gonna get a full-on guitar solo, but that'll do. Yeah, no, they've done some really good things with bass lines, and then this song. I knew it! I knew it! I knew there was a guitar solo there just waiting to come out. I am satisfied. Oh my god. I also love that they let themselves have more loops of this song, you know? And so now we're back to the acoustic. Because I was like, that's weird that they've decided not to put an electric in with this. You could totally put an electric. And they were like, we know, Lauren. We know. The one thing to improve any song, including the Final Fantasy VI opera. Electric guitar. But the thing is, you'd have to mic your acoustic anyway. This is new? Did we hear that already? Is it still not looping? There have been a few songs so far in the Pixel Remaster, because with like 1 or 2 exceptions, I love what they've done with the Pixel Remaster. I'm sorry. You might not know this about me yet, but I really like guitars. So say when we switch to her. And there's like, I like what they've done with like 99.9% of the soundtrack. But there are a few songs that have like achieved their ultimate form, where it's like, this is what you were always meant to be. This is what your destiny is. This is your destined ultimate form. This is what the composer had in mind. This is the heart and soul of the song. In its purest, highest evolution. Yes, we have distilled it to its essence and transformed it. This is the ultimate version of what is this? Is this Johnny C. Bad? Is that what the song is called? I'm trying to remember the Colosseum song. Let's consult. Okay. Oh yeah, there it is. See, Setzer, Johnny C. Bad, the Empire Gastra, and then Devil's Lab. Oh, you can't see it. Anyway, there. All right. Anyway, so this is Johnny C. Final Form, the ultimate execution of this song. This is what it should have always. I mean, obviously not. No, it was totally fine as it was. It was a good song. It's a good song. But this is perfect. Do you hear the guitar solos? The acoustic guitar solo and the electric guitar solo. But it's a clean electric, because like the full distortion wouldn't be right here. But perhaps we'll hear some in the Devil's Lab. Anyway, this is a great song. And this is great. And this is definitely the first time we've heard it. For some reason, I thought we'd heard it before when I first walked in. I'm like, oh, I like this song. And then I was like, wait. And in fact, the chronology of songs appearing in the sheet music book that I just consulted indicate that yes, this is where this song comes in. Anyway, shall we talk to people? Oh my god. They made it extra long probably because you'd be fighting in the Colosseum and they want to give you more interesting stuff to listen to. Also, they could have guitar solos, so like, yeah. Ooh. If I ever have a grandfather clock, I will put a healing potion of some sort in it. Just you watch. This isn't even my favorite kind of electric guitar or guitar solo. And the mixing is really nice. Like they have like the guitars positioned, so this could be like a live band. They did not have guitar solos in 1994. Well, no, because Final Fantasy Mystic Quest existed. Oh man. Clock Pepto-Bismol, no girl, I appreciate your sense of humor, friend. All right. What makes you say that? This is a fun little way of mixing that up. Oh man. Shove off is a thing that a few people have said in this game. Ah? Okay, so Cisco Kid, this is not the Super Nintendo translation, so it is... Most of the lines are at least a little bit different from the original translation that I know. Because I did not actually never beat the Game Boy Advance version, which is why I'm like, Whoa, what did it say in the Game Boy Advance version again? Sorry. But they have changed, I've been told, or rather I'm under the impression that there may be some lines of dialogue and things that are a little bit different in this versus the Game Boy Advance version. But mostly it's the music and some gameplay stuff that's been fixed up. So the locals don't like. It's an Imperial clubhouse. But do you hear the music? Do you hear the music? Do you hear the guitars? I'm just gonna keep asking you all that just to make sure you hear the guitars. It's a bass solo! Standing bass solo. Pretty good. Alright, we're gonna have to bring these rocking good times to an end. I have beaten Final Fantasy VI before, just not the Game Boy Advance translation. Yes, the Chocobo music is the one that I do not like. I don't like what they've done with it. Something important on the eastern edge of the continent. You don't say. La, la, la. So here, we were getting into, like, it's not that the Empire has... It's not that the other towns that have been occupied by the Empire are happy about it, you know? It's not like they consider themselves Vectorians or whatever, you know? If you look at the state of the town too, like, you know, you've got evidence of damage. You know, this building has a window smashed up and there's like holes in the roofs and things like that. Blue Glass, are you trying to make sure that I don't get myself killed? Okay. The biggest difference between it is the soundtrack, which is incredible. Okay, hold on. Sorry, folks. Sorry, folks. The soundtrack is amazing with like one or two exceptions. I absolutely love what they've done. And they've done some neat visual things at special points in the game. I'm just saying, if I wanted to illustrate how good the song is, how good the music is, the things that they did to Johnny C. Bad is a good example, that's all. This song right here actually is the song that I'm working on for chapter 1 of Darkness and Starlight. So it's interesting to hear the instrumentation choices that they've made, because this is one that I'm working on a lot. Yeah, high potion. Oh, also they've got things like this so you can tell. I don't know if this was in the Game Boy Advance version, but that way you can tell if you can get something, like if there's an elixir in the clock. No. I think it's fantastic. I recommend it. Also, if it sells well, they'll be more likely to port it onto Switch, so if you want to play Final Fantasy VI on Switch, and why wouldn't you? I do love that it looks like it has like the letter B for bed on the beds. Yes, we do want to hear Double Slab. That's true. Oh my god. That's really, let's be real, that's the thing I'm most excited about this stream. Oh, but we're gonna set up the... Alright. I don't know if there's anything I should do. Should I buy stuff in Albrook? I think I'm probably fine. I think I bought stuff not long ago. But have we now thought about... Have we now thought about the geopolitical situation of Final Fantasy VI and the state of the southern continent and the cost of Imperial conquest on the rest of the world, and how the southern continent is faring under Imperial rule? Because if so, I have done my job. Again, if you want to hear the I don't know. If you want to hear the full magnitude of my overthinking of Final Fantasy VI, there's 160,000 words and counting of a novelization of this for you. Bye, Drake. Thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the music. It was good to see you. Maybe we'll see you around again sometime. Oh my god. They used a pan flute. Panpipes. Oh my god, well, thank you all for helping. I don't know what I had my party members do before. Oh, I forgets from last time. Okay, well, that's fine. Savin's gonna miss, and we don't get to auto crossbow. Well, that's all right. Oh wait, no, we're not. Are we auto crossbowing? No, we're flashing. No, don't. Edgar's not actually like that. He is respectful. He values the importance of consent. Did you hear the strings there? Did you hear the strings there? I have to draw attention to that. Look, you can count on me to sing every possible counter melody that's ever been invented for Terra's theme. Okay, so Wispy Whiskers, that is a valid thing to say, that you find this game depressing because the world's destroyed. But the thing about Final Fantasy VI that I think is most important, and it is something that is lost if you don't follow through to the end of the game. If you do not want to have the story of Final Fantasy VI spoiled for you, mute your ears. Mute me? Cover your ears. And I guess I'll let you know when it's safe. But so the thing is, here there be spoilers. In Final Fantasy VI, the world is destroyed and it ends. And it seems like everything is lost. But we don't give up and we keep trying. And we never manage to make the world what it was before. But we can make it what it can be. You know, we can rebuild something worth living in. And for me, personally, that's a really, really powerful and important message. You know, that's something that, I mean, I think that there is a lot of value in the world for stories in which people avert a crisis and the day is saved, or they're able to rebuild and fix everything afterwards. Like the world needs that, yes. But the world also needs stories in which things aren't perfect. They don't go back to being the way they used to be. Hope seems lost, but we keep going, and it's okay. Because a lot of times in real life, we don't get happy endings. We have, you know, trauma and consequences and things outside of our control that we can do nothing about. But that doesn't mean there's nothing we can do. And I think that there is such incredible power, especially in a time like what we're living through right now, in having a story in which, yes, things fall apart and the heroes lose and the villains win, and then the story keeps going and they don't give up and they find each other, and it is through the power of finding each other, leaning on each other, supporting each other, believing in each other, and refusing to accept defeat and loss, that they're able to make something beautiful anyway. I think being able to take a ruined world and rebuild in it, I think that that's a story people need. And I'm glad it's not the only kind of story out there, because, like I said, I think we need stories in which things work out and things are good. But I think that the idea of finding hope in a world that seems hopeless, and finding the strength to go on in your love for the people around you, and seeing people unite together to overcome the impossible. I just think that that's one of the most powerful kinds of stories you can tell. And maybe that's partly because Final Fantasy VI came out when I was at a young age and I was impressionable, and it clearly had a very big influence on me and who I grew up to be. But I think that that story really resonates, and I think that it's more timely now than at any other point in my life, you know? Because it's so easy to just roll over and say there's nothing we can do about it. You know? There are so many catastrophes like on the verge of happening if they've not already started around us. And I think it's kind of easy to let that kind of build up as hurt and fear and hopelessness inside of you. And I'm not gonna lie, I spent some time laying in bed doom scrolling on my phone thinking about the terrible things that are happening in the world and how powerless I am to do anything about them. I think probably most of us do some equivalent of that sometimes. But at the end of the day, there's something we can do, even if we can't stop everything, even if we can't fix everything, even if some problems are outside of our control, even if, especially as individuals, we have such a small amount of power. It's still worth fighting. It's still worth doing what little we can do, each of us, to make things a little bit better. Even if it's incremental improvements, if you keep trying, if everyone keeps trying, if we all try our best, we're going to wind up, first of all, better off than we would be if we hadn't. Also, I think we can do a lot more than we imagine, especially because there are so many of us out there. You know? Like, okay, let's talk about this concert that I've got coming up next week. So I'm from Texas. I grew up in Texas. I know I don't sound Texan. It's because my mom is Canadian. That's why I'm in Canada now. But so I spent the majority of my life, several decades of my life in Texas, and I watched what's happening there. Thanks, Bench at the Sea. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate the support, friend. No, so I grew up in Texas, and I grew up as a queer person in Texas who didn't know she was queer because I grew up in the 90s in the very, very conservative suburbs of Dallas, you know. That wasn't really an option. And I'm still unpacking like what that did to me, and yet in a lot of ways I got off easy compared to other people. And I thought we'd made more progress than we had. But there's a lot of really awful and evil people in power who are cheating to stay in power and then using that power to hurt the most vulnerable people. And I can't go down there and punch Greg Abbott in the nose no matter how much I might want to. You know? That's not gonna happen. I can vote. I can take action and I can support other people who have the knowledge and expertise to go in and fight that fight. Again, they're probably not punching him in the nose because that's probably, as satisfying as it might be, not actually the solution to the problem. But a friend of mine approached me and said, hey, I'm organizing a concert, a charity concert to raise funds for Equality Texas, and I thought of you. Like, would you like to participate, or the band? And my band's not able to do it, unfortunately. The returners are not in a position to do concerts right now, hopefully soon. But like, the thing is, it's a small thing. I'm just gonna play some music on the internet for people, but it serves a couple of purposes. First of all, we will be raising funds to support people who know what they're doing, basically funding them getting the tools that they need to fight the fight that needs to be fought, because they have the knowledge, but they need a little bit of extra to do that. And also showing kind of solidarity, uniting as a force of people standing up and saying we've got each other's back. I mean, I hope that the scared and hurting trans kids, for example, in Texas, maybe can see that there are people around the world standing up and saying, we want to help, we love you, we care about you, we support you, and we're going to do what we can to back you up. If there are like you know, if there are monstrously evil villains in the world trying to hurt you, they may have tried to tie our hands so that we can't fight them, but we are going to find a way. And one of the worst battles, I think, sometimes is with your own sense of hopelessness. And so if we can help those kids fight the battles that they face internally by showing them that people love them and support them, that's worth something too. And like, obviously in an ideal situation we wouldn't have to do any of this. Obviously in an ideal situation villains wouldn't have the power to harm children. But unfortunately the world doesn't work that way. However much I might wish it did. And I think there is something worth doing. No matter how small and inconsequential it is, I think there's something worth doing to do those little things that we can do. I've started writing this novel, actually, that Deltarune, of all things, inspired me to write, and it's kind of I've decided I'm not writing it for anyone else. I've decided that I'm writing it for myself, because one of the whole things that it's talking about is questions about what can you do, and how much is your little thing worth doing in the face of the end of the world, sort of. Because like the sheer magnitude of the destruction of the world in Final Fantasy VI is appalling. Yes, everything as you know it has gotten destroyed. But kind of on a smaller scale, that is what happens to people sometimes in war. That is what happens to people when families are destroyed. And it happens to affect more people. But the intensity of the destruction is is playing out on a larger scale. What is still very hurtful even on a smaller scale. So like, I don't know. For me, I guess maybe there's something wrong with me that means that for stories to resonate most deeply with me, they have to have darkness for the hope to shine out against. I feel like you have to have darkness to contrast your light. But I don't like darkness without light. And I'm more patient with light without darkness, but it doesn't usually resonate with me quite on the same level. Like, I'll be playing something and enjoying it, and then like something like, you know, dark, and not grimdark, but something dark and hard will happen, and I'll be like, oh, now we're talking. I don't know why I am that way, but I am, and that's kind of how the stories that I create go to. So, Whisker Pixel, I do take book recommendations for personal reading. I very much like books. Like you hear me talking a lot about stories and things. I have an MFA in creative writing. Even if I stopped writing for a couple of years, and then Darkness and Starlight, the Final Fantasy VI fanfic that I'm sorry, I feel like it's gonna be so obnoxious that I keep mentioning it, but just I poured so much of my life into it. But it also brought my writing back to me, and the writing is very, 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 very important to me. Stories are very important to me. So reading other people's stories is also important to me, and I'm curious what this conversation has prompted you to think of. Because my favorite stories tend to be ones that juxtapose darkness and light in a way where the hope is the most important thing. But things can get awfully bleak before the dawn. And I don't know, I guess that's what feels realist to me. A sense of realness. Anyway, yeah, sorry you got me off on a tangent of things that I'm very passionate about. I've known a lot of people who give up. There's nothing we can do about it anyway. We can't stop it. We can't make a difference. You might as well just give up. No, there's always the chance that things can be better. Not necessarily good in a short time frame, but better. And I know it's hard, and I can't tell people to keep fighting if it gets too hard to go on. But I think even those small changes, those small improvements, the incremental improvements are worth it, especially for and with other people. Oh, so I did read, I was wondering if that's what you're going to do. Chrono here, my mod Chrono, is a big fan of the cozy fantasies, cozy science fiction in particular. So the Becky Chambers is his thing. Becky Chambers was something that I read and I was like, okay, this is nice. but it didn't really have much emotional resonance for me, because I need things, I think, to be a little higher stakes for me. So I read it, and I'm happy that it exists, and I'm now on a quest. You can confirm that I have a quest, because I recently turned in something I'd found on this quest. I'm on a quest to find books like that for Chrono, and I came across one just a couple of weeks ago, and relayed it to him, and he apparently just finished reading it last night and was very pleased. So like, I feel as though that is like, I just leveled up with my quest, so I'm very proud of myself. Yeah. My funniest, Chrono, I hope you don't mind. My funniest story about this is the reason why I'm on this quest is because asking for more recommendations like Becky Chambers got the recommendation of the Broken Earth trilogy. If you're familiar with those books, they are the opposite of cozy. and just the sheer wrongness of recommending the Broken Earth when someone is looking for cozy is really funny. So I was like, okay, Chrono, we can do better than that. The Broken Earth books, I've read the first one, and it was exquisite and so painful that I haven't quite steeled myself up to read the rest of the series. And I want to, and I need to, but it's a very, very heavy read. But it also does have some love and hope in it still. It's not a hopeless book, it's just a very hard one. Yeah. Chrono just wants you to show up and swap books with him. I knew you were going to suggest Murderbot. He's been suggesting Murderbot to everyone on the server. It's been great. I haven't read Murderbot yet, but I will. Alright, so this has been a fun departure from Final Fantasy VI, but shall we continue? Alright, so we're not going to visit the other towns, unless there's a particular reason why we should. But I don't think... Oh my god. Buttons. Alright, book swap time. Sounds like you guys are going to have fun. Excellent. Alright. They're using the tubular bells really well. This feels faster than the original. We've heard this before, though. Haven't we? All of the instrumentation choices they've made are perfect for setting the stage of what we're listening to. Like, brass is very, very, like, there's a very, like imperialistic, militaristic feel to having brass. And having the, like, the slight marching beat of the snare, I think that is. And the way they're accenting the notes there makes you think of marching. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. And then we've got more brass. This is more of it than we've heard before. Maybe I talked through it last time. Do you hear the men's choir? Having specifically a men's choir sound there has a certain feeling. Again, it's militaristic. And so then they have some clangs, and the way that the cymbals These sounds kind of give it the industrial type feel, not industrial music. We'll get to that today. But they're combining all of the militaristic sounds with some things reminiscent of metal and like big imposing structures. Just it feels like Vector. It feels like the Empire. And yes, it does probably draw some inspiration from Mars, Bringer of War, just like the Imperial theme from Star Wars does. If you're not familiar with Holst's The Planets, yes, you are. You just don't realize it. They're a series of, not a series, I guess, yeah, it's just like the choir right there is perfect. And having it be specifically the men's voices. But yeah, so Holst's The Planets is a classical set of pieces named for the planets that were hugely inspirational, almost to the point of ripping off for John Williams in writing the soundtrack to Star Wars, which he did not expect would have the cultural staying power that it does. So I imagine a much younger John Williams was like, I can just crib some notes from Holst, that's fine. And you'll hear, so Mars, Bringer of War is the one that the Imperial March is inspired by. And there's like a lot of other things inspired by it. Like a Mario Galaxy has, is it Battle Block Galaxy that is like basically Mars, Bringer of War? It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Anyway, I strongly encourage you to go listen to The Planets by Holst, Holst. You'll hear some things that are familiar in it, because it's not just Mars, Bringer of War that inspired parts of the Star Wars soundtrack, but that's the big one. But yeah, like, can't you imagine an army marching like with this music? Like, this is very clearly that kind of a sound. It's very good. Get back here, sir! I'm trying to talk to you! Oh my god. They're a little bit xenophobic here. And I'd like to think that there's actually some cultural differences and maybe like language or something differences between the continents. So we just got to Vector, so we haven't heard Devil's Lob yet. So that's gonna potentially be the musical highlight of this stream. We'll see how long I go. So who exactly gets magic? How widely shared is magic in Vector? It's a little bit unclear. So you can kind of choose to do what you're gonna do. So people in the northern continent have clearly not seen magic, really. Judging by how Edgar and Locke, who would know about it if anyone did, because Locke's business is knowing things. I think that that's actually canonically like an in-character thing, not just the thing that I wrote. And Edgar is the like leader of like the like second most technologically advanced place in the world. And now, notably, Figaro does not run on Magitek. It runs on Steam technology. But magic hasn't really made its way north to the northern continent. But how widespread is it here in Vector? Who has it? Celes is a Magitek knight and an Imperial general at the age of 18, so there's clearly some significance to her ability. And Kefka, for example, obviously very high-ranking and very powerful, obviously very powerful with magic. Also, apparently the magical transfusion broke his brain, but it didn't break her brain. But have there been others like Celes? And did it break them? Were there other experiments that didn't make it? And if so, like, why? I don't know. Because then you have, like, Thamasa, and the Thamasans have, you know, generations and generations and generations of fearing genocide if their magical heritage is known, because back in the day, their magical heritage got them almost killed, and wiped out, and they know that the rest of the world is afraid of them and wants to come after them, so they pretend that they don't have that magical heritage, so that hopefully people, or at least they do it in secret, so that people won't kill them. There are certain real world cultural parallels and historical parallels to that. Chrono, that is my theory and some people's interpretation, that it broke Kefka because it was done to him as an adult, whereas Celes had it happen as a child. And so they're like, oh, maybe we can't infuse adults with magic. He was an adult when he received the magic. That is in the novel. There's like a prequel thing, a prequel novella thing, and I think it might be in this translation somewhere. But I don't know that they confirm that that's why. But it would stand to reason that it broke Kefka, and then the next thing we know is they're giving it to children instead. But yeah, so are there other people in Vector training with magic? And if so, why do people react to Terra the way that they do? Why do the Imperial soldiers react to her the way they do? Like, okay, so she fried 50 of our soldiers in a matter of minutes or something. Like, okay, yes, that is obviously a pretty big scale use of magic. But if there are other people who are able to cast magic in the Imperial military, even if they're in an Imperial military academy because they're young, because they have to be like 18 or under at this point, the soldiers would know about that, and wouldn't be like she's a witch and Celes is the terrifying destroyer of Miranda, and so like, frankly, okay, I love Final Fantasy VI dearly, but I think that this is an inconsistency that they haven't clearly defined in their world building. And so they haven't fully taken into consideration what the availability of magic is and how it's therefore perceived in different areas. And that's reasonable. Like, there's also questions that, like, you know, how does the Empire get from here to here without going there? How does this happen? Where do they go through? Like, why are they doing this? How is Kefka going so quickly from this place to that place? Like, there's some things that we could consider plot holes, or at least underdeveloped and underexplored sections that for me aren't satisfactorily handled in the original text. At least the translation that I know as well. It may be that actually in the original Japanese it was a bit more consistent, because Ted Woolsey's translation did have flaws. Slightly, just slightly. Why join the side that has no hope of winning? Oh, this is good. So apparently in some version of the story, Celes was meant to be a traitor who second guesses her. She's a double agent basically, and she second guesses being a double agent. And I think that could be a really interesting story. I hope somebody's written that fanfic and that it's good, and maybe I'll read it at some point in time. But I like what we got, because that would give her a completely different personality than what we know. A completely different person, because the Celes that we know is basically putting her own life on the line to try to save Doma. The Celes that we know is very focused on trying to do the right thing for once in her life. But see, it's not about the degrees of who has how much magic. It's the existence of magic in the world. Let's take Star Wars for an example, because Star Wars does a terrible job with it. Star Wars is one of the absolute worst, like most egregious examples of this that I can think of in pop fiction. Probably Harry Potter also does it badly too, but Harry Potter does a lot of things badly, so we won't even go there. But Star Wars, let's talk about Star Wars and the Force and the Jedi. Your hokey ancient religion that we don't believe in, say the people in A New Hope. Your hokey ancient religion that the intergalactic peacekeepers used to control the galaxy, 20 years earlier? You know? It's kind of a problem. It's kind of a problem. And yes, if you stick to the original trilogy, it holds up better. But it does have some there's some issues. I don't think the Jedi were the intergalactic peacekeeping force in the original version of the story. I think they became that, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So yeah, so this is the sort of thing that, like, and I'm not going to go any deeper in that, but there's more examples of that in Star Wars. You kind of have to not think about it too hard. And if you don't think about it too hard, it's fine. The thing is, it's great. Like, you can get away with a whole lot. But one of the most freeing revelations that I've had about writing and storytelling, like, is that at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be airtight or even watertight. All you have to do is sell people on it and make them willing to suspend their disbelief. And as long as you get that, it doesn't matter whether you have giant plot holes in your story or majorly underdeveloped things or directly contradictory things in your world building. None of that matters if you can sufficiently sell people on the rest of the ride. They're fine with it. They will either consciously or unconsciously suspend that disbelief and just be like, well, that doesn't matter, who cares? Because, like, I don't really care with Star Wars that much about that. Like, that's fine. It's a little annoying, and then the more that they build on it, the more those problems start to show up. But, like, I don't know. It's been kind of a revelation and very freeing, because I tend to want to explain. I want things. I feel that if there's going to be holes like that somebody's going to poke a finger in that hole and say, this doesn't work, Lauren, it's not good enough. So I sit on all sorts of things that have holes and imperfections and stuff, and I'm like, it's not good enough. I can't figure out how to solve it. Do I even need to solve it? Not always, no. Sometimes it's just fine to let it be its thing. But it's not just that they're scared of it. Like the question of like it actually being magic. Is that magic? Oh my god, that's magic. And I can understand why the people, of the world have this fear of magic, because they had a nearly world-ending war 1,000 years ago with magic at its heart. And so since then, there have been stories and legends told. But magic is gone. Magic doesn't really exist in these days anymore, except that it does, and we know about it. And there's the witch from the Empire, and Celes, the Magitek Knight, and just, Yeah, well, Mercurius, that is weird, but fits the setting. Like, this lady being jazzed about her kid being the subject of military experiments, like, absolutely in an Imperial, in a highly controlled, authoritarian setting, especially if people do genuinely buy into the we're better than everyone else and our way of life is the best, and we are bringing our superior way of being to other parts of the world. It makes sense to be like, yeah, the Empire is, for the glory of the Empire, my son is having these experiments. Like, yes, obviously, So I think it's fantastic, and like, we can find ways to make the thing with the Jedi make sense. We can find ways to rationalize it, but we're having to do that work. We're having to come up with ways to suspend our disbelief, and we're choosing to do that because we like it so much that we want to make it work. So, like, your fans can even do the work for you if you can't figure out how to solve some problems. So that's something I've been trying to take to heart as a writer, is that it's okay if things don't entirely line up perfectly, if there's some holes or some things you overlooked. That's okay. Like, is the heart of it good storytelling? Is the heart of it compelling to people? Do they want to believe the story that you're telling them? That's the thing to focus on. But yes, so Celes' characterization is good. And this is a comment here. Why join the side that has no chance of winning? Well, they do have some hope. And it's all about hope, Terra is our last hope, so. Oh man, it's, I've played a little bit. I played it a couple more times. And I'm about to do an instance battle. So I set it aside because it took me 10 minutes to cross a desert. I was really annoyed. So I will hopefully have a new Final Fantasy XIV video of more of Stormblood coming in the next, hopefully, few weeks, maybe. We'll see. I've got a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, well, I think it's good to be able to say that there are plot holes and things that are flaws and things that you love, and to talk about them. And for me personally, I really enjoy, as you might have noticed, talking about things that don't quite work, even in stuff that I love, if I'm in the mood to. But it's also valid to say, I don't feel like this, I just really like it, so I don't want to question it. Like, okay, that's fine, but I do think it's healthy to be able to withstand criticism of something you love, and to be able to recognize the strengths and weaknesses of various things that you encounter. So I do enjoy that, but I also think that if you kind of make your personality pointing out plot holes and things, like, I probably won't have a lot of fun hanging out with you. I'm kind of done with that. Is everything extra expensive here? Why do I have a miter? Why is this an option? What's going on here? All right, is there anything else good here? Should I get some ninja gear for Locke? Yes, am I going to get a... Oh my god. So I didn't swear or drink or do anything when I was in high school, so my friends called me the Pope. Pope hat! Say this is the thing they would do, like the Pope hat. I'm gonna get a ninja gear and a Pope hat. Alright, well, we can equip it. I wonder what these were called in the other translation. Oh, wait, view description? Oh. Oh, it raises maximum MP. Oh. Oh. How interesting that you can put it on those characters. Ninja clothing from a faraway land. Okay, well, I guess we'll do this. I'm not so just as a reminder to everybody, I will not be optimizing things. So you can hopefully forgive me for that. Chrysanthemum. Okay, I'm sure that name translates to something clever. Final Fantasy XIV uses the chrysanthemum sword something, doesn't it? I swear it does. May cast poison. Yeah, sorry dude, I don't have you here. Should I get this for... They don't really attack. I guess she does. What? How do they translate the bastard sword on the Super Nintendo? No. All right. Can we save here? I think that we get mugged if we stay here, right? Oh, hello. I'm gonna be annoying to you. Join the same army that destroyed our village. What about our promise to start over in Miranda? Like, these people making this decision because they're desperate. Become a soldier. You can take care of your family. The Empire won't go after you or your family if you enlist. You'll be safe. And join the same army that destroyed our village. Like, just like the detail. The fact that for a game of this era, they do kind of go into the consequences and complexities for these people. You know, like, some of the soldiers are true believers. Some of them are conscripts. You know? Not this house, right? This is the lady who'll beat you up? Which is the... Oh, okay, is this the one? This one right here, okay. I do want this one, okay, because there's one where the person will beat you up. I say no, right? I'm trying to remember this. Okay. Blossom, Ape, Forged, and Poison Claw. Thank you, Mercurius. Okay, that's fine. Sorry. Alright, we're gonna take this guy's picture. Oh, there he goes. So I decided to make the resistance and vector a bigger part of the story. I actually gave one of my Project Esper co-writers, actually, I named the leader of the resistance and vector after him and tried to pattern the guy's speech off of my friend, who is a very funny person. So I don't know whether Hassan in my story is funny, but Hassan in real life is very funny. So yeah. The idea that there are people who are true believers, there are people who are conscripted, there are people who enlist for reasons of desperation, and then there are people who fight it. Even in the heart of the Empire, even in Vector itself, there are people who fight or oppose the Empire, you know? And that's true in the real world as well. Even in totalitarian, you know, like, regimes, there is usually some sort of a resistance. Often at extremely high cost to themselves. Sometimes they really are so outmatched that there's really not much they can do, but still people try to fight back, you know? Hope is an important and essential part of the human condition. And people will, not everyone always, but there will always be someone who finds some bit of hope. I think, no matter how bleak things are. But sometimes you do kind of just wish that you could summon, you know, the might of an Esper to wreak havoc on evil people and stop what they're doing, you know? Sometimes you're like, there's nothing else we can do. If only I had some sort of superpowers to just stop the bad guys. You know, and free the people who need to be freed. Powerlessness is hard. Hello, kooky old man. This guy right here is totally based on one of the Emperor's stormtrooper guys. And Star Wars, speaking of Star Wars, I think he looks like those guys anyway. You know the ones I'm talking about? I don't know what they're called. You probably know what they're called. Some of you probably do. I love this goofy dude. This goofy old guy. Oh, they just called the Emperor's Guard? Huh. Ah, kid! See. The red guys who follow the Emperor should be the official name. Oh shoot, right. I went into the Imperial compound. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Maybe I shouldn't talk to these guys. Maybe they're trouble. Alright, Savin, can you set them on fire for me, please, friend? A simple request. There we go. We got it. Oh, look at that! Locke learned Cure. And whatever Libra is. I don't know what Libra is, but he learned it. What is it? Ah! Okay. So can we walk through the Imperial... Oh, Libra is scant. Huh. Okay. It's all for their own good, really. See, I didn't make this up in my fanfic, but that's also, frankly, a lot of times what Imperials, like, what empires will say. Oh, shoot. Ah! Hey, that's cool. I don't judge. Want to hear something juicy? Sure. Ah, all the soldiers at the Magitek Research Facility can use magic now. All thanks to that genius Sid, apparently. Another one for you, Kefka guy. They say he was Sid's first experimental Magitek Knight, but the process hadn't been perfected, so while Kefka ended up with extraordinary magic power, it shattered his mind. Ho! Ho! That's some lovely little world building there. Extracting magic from monsters at the research facility are true. Okay, so that is canonically in the game somewhere. But okay, so the soldiers can now use magic, so this is something that they're working to roll out more. Yes, good job, Sid. Oh shoot, I got seen. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was a cone of field of vision thing or if it's talking to these guys, but it turns out being seen by them is enough. So we'll continue to explore this section of the world though, because like, I don't know, I'm just really... Say cheese! Cheese. They said cheese. Alright, I should probably check my learning of things. Look at that, I got a button. Oops. Abilities. Alright, Locke, you've got Kieran. Oh, we're still working on Cure 2. Yeah, he'll get that. Alright, what are you working on, Ramu? Not anyone else to talk to either? Alright, we'll work on this. So it's got a star if you've learned it. Alright, you'll get float. That'll be useful eventually. Health up, that's good. Hi. Here we go. Yeah, General Leo is a warrior's warrior. He has no magic. No Magitek infusion, nothing. Oop. Hello. Can I just walk right into the Imperial Palace? Oh. No. I love you, Locke. Locke, you're the best. Oh shoot. Look. I don't know that I've done this before, and if I have, it hasn't been for a long time. Because when you're playing through the game for the first time, you don't know that you go and you talk to the old man and he sneaks you in. Like, you're like, we need to try to get into the Magitek Research Facility. Well, let's see what happens if we try to infiltrate the heart of Vector. Let's go to the Imperial compound. We'll go to the Imperial Palace. This is a great idea. We'll see how this does. Alright, you're gonna drill. I don't know how this is gonna go, but we're gonna... Oh, hold on. Wait. Oh my god, but do you hear the electric guitars? Alright, Celes, let's do it. Let's hope we don't die. What? Okay, hold on, never mind. Oh, I saved on the... I saved just outside. Alright. So I think, narratively, this is awesome. Like... I still have to, sneak. Let's not be seen here. Like, it's really cool and interesting. Yeah, hold on, we're gonna go talk to the heal child. Does that make a difference? Hold on. Not enough, hold on. Oh my god, he heals me for 1. That's amazing. Good job, heal child. Alright. He's doing his best. No, narratively, I love the fact that you can go in there. Yeah. Okay, sorry, there's just multiple things you folks are saying and I want to talk about all of it. I'm sorry, look, I'm gonna just talk. I'm gonna talk a lot. Like narratively, I love the fact that you can go into Vector and go get wrecked. And the idea, like, you literally can't proceed, and like you will die if you don't run away. They make you run away, and you can't run away from boss fights. You can't run away from things that play like boss music. Like you can't run away from things that have a little kashing lens flare at the beginning. You have to run away. You cannot. The Empire is too strong. You cannot attack it headlong. You have to find another way. So that's neat. Also, Sid didn't make him good at cure. He just gave him cure. I think that that's a really, like, that's kind of neat and a good reminder. Not everybody is magically apt. And so perhaps, like, you know, they had to test and find the people who have the capacity to be good at magic. And it turns out Celes is. Kefka is, but they botched the transfusion. Maybe he was too old. I don't know. So all the soldiers here can use magic. For me, that I didn't do that. That didn't work as well narratively, but I think it is interesting to be like, we can give them magic, but they aren't necessarily all good. So we still have to, like, it still is a somewhat more limited thing. Shall we do this? Shall we do this? No, Chrono. There's an official novella thing that's a prequel that has little bits, or maybe it's the Ultimania, but there is official thing that says that yes, Kefka went crazy when he got the infusion. So, and yes, he is in his 30s, I believe. I'm a returner. I've heard all about you. Okay, I don't know that I knew that this guy was a returner. I think I thought that he was a sympathizer, but not actually one of the returners. So I'll distract the shoulders. Shield. Yeah, no, blue glass. I think that's probably true. The soldiers can use magic so that they can have soldiers throw magic at you, just like the enemies here happen to be weak to magic. Just do. Okay, Woolsey said sympathizer. That explains where I got that from. I think that makes a lot more sense. I don't think the returners are not well informed enough about the goings on of Vector for me to think that they've actually got an actual returner like member in Vector. I don't think they've been able to infiltrate Vector. But having people who are sympathetic to their cause, like we know that there are people here who resist and rebel. It seems like it's largely like the older folks, which is interesting to me, because are these people who were there at the start of Gestahl's conquest? Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong button. Let's do it. Oh my god, his ridiculous sprite silliness. He's gonna throw up. That's a... Okay. Must have had a few too many. Oh, he couldn't reference being drunk in the Ted Woolsey translation. Because I think he says, I think I'm going to be sick in the Ted Woolsey translation. All right. Oh, no. No, he's doing it. All right. I think I'm going to spew. There's an extra space there between I'm and gonna. Proofreader didn't catch that. Oh, geez, they say. Oh, and again, they're human, though. Here's this old man who's sick. And they're like, oh my god, this bomb's gonna throw up all over us. You know, I like that. Like, they're still people. It's not like they're robotic. Yeah, no, I feel like, all things considered, Final Fantasy VI does a pretty good job of highlighting some aspects of this kind of an environment in real life. I don't think they go into it in the detail that I would like to see in a remake, for example. I'm gonna go get some water, actually, so that I don't cough during Devil's Lab, because I've talked too much in my throat. I don't know if you heard me coughing earlier, and I forgot to fill my cup up with water. So I'm gonna go get some of that. Well, no, it seems that Kefka was a normal person, and then he got the infusion, and then he snapped. That I believe the official text is that like he was not crazy, officially. Of course, there's all sorts of fan and interpretations of him that are different, But that is what we have. I think it's in an Ultimania. Kefka's pretty crazy, honestly. I feel like the age contributes, but the way that this is set up says, like, it was the first one, they hadn't perfected the technique yet. But the fact that it was children, although I guess if they've given magic to the soldiers in the Imperial, or in the Magitek Research Facility, that would indicate that it is not actually age. Oh, I always thought he was supposed to be deranged and insane. Like, he's clearly sadistic and a ham, but he's just so incredibly ridiculous about everybody's gonna die and it's ridiculous. I'm gonna kill everybody and I'm gonna blow up, I'm gonna burn you, I'm gonna throw a temper tantrum, I'm gonna jump on a toilet. Yeah, he's pretty crazy, I think. He's definitely unhinged. His brain has broken. Alright, folks. Hi, Saberwolf Gaming. I think Kefka is an outstanding villain, no question. I like him a lot as a villain. I would hate him a lot as a person. I might hate him. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Shockingly, they don't seem to have done a variant loop of this one. Which is a weird decision. So, I think that the most accurate thing anyone could say about this is that this is a synthy sounding synth. They want you to think synthesizer. Like, they don't want to just happen to have synthesizer. They want, if you know anything about what a synthesizer is, they want you to think, oh, that's a synth. Like, I think that they've done, I would like to hear a lot more with the percussion. I'd like to hear banging and clanging, big metallic noises. I'd like it to punch me in the face. And so in a way, it's kind of a letdown. But I really like the instrumentation. Hold on, I'm changing my volume. All right. Like the instrumentation, the synths, the little bits of like the strings, the organic strings, which only serve to reinforce how synthy the synth is. Because like Like, this is like old school, like 90s keyboard synth sounds and things like that. Like, this is... See, to me, it feels too close to the original. Instead of it being like the original, like, amped up. It feels like they had a good vision of we want there to be a synth. And they did that. I guess no, I think you're right, it's, you know, you're right. No, I think you're right, it is Moog. Which, like, to be fair, like, Iwamatsu's really inspired by a lot of, like, the older proggy stuff that used a lot of crazy keyboard stuff. So, but this doesn't have enough of an industrial feel for me. I want Devil's Lab to sound harsher. And I guess, yeah, it is kind of funky. It's a little bit more musical. But there's not, as a consequence, there's nothing that really stands out about it. Like, I'm like, you had a concept. Your concept is maximum synth. Cool. But, like, if it had, like, a synth solo, which I was waiting for, that's why we listened for 2 full loops, because I was like, surely they're gonna do something different with this. It's Devil's Lab. And there's more textural background sounds. I'm gonna be honest here. I'm a little disappointed. It's not that it's not good. It's fine. But I've heard better mixes of Devil's Lab. And the thing that I think I like the most about these songs when they're really shining is when it feels like they've unlocked, like, this is the song at its mostest. This is the most Devil's Lab that Devil's Lab has Devil's Labbed. And this doesn't have anything. It's such a unique song on the soundtrack. It's such a good song. There's nothing quite like it. It's really good. And this doesn't quite give me what I want. Oh, I'm so sad about that. I desperately want to love every song that I encounter in this game. Yeah, my bandmate Wedge, I think, has a keyboard that makes sounds like this. I'll have to ask her what it is. I'm like, Wedge, what is this? I mean, they could at least have put an electric guitar in there. But no, I want a synth solo. This is literally the opportunity in the game to have a synth solo. This is the opportunity of the game to have a truly synthetic sound. There's not a ton of songs in the game that focus on synthetic sounds. So give me a wailing synth solo. Let me imagine a guitar player on stage with neon lights, you know? Like, the music having, like, the technological instruments is perfect. The synthesizers are perfect. Not even attempting to make anything in it sound more realistic is perfect. All of that is good. The idea behind it is good. I feel like this is like 75%. Of the power it needs to be. I'm a little disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. Redo my auto battle? What was I doing? Oh, am I using magic? Oh, because of the boss fight. Got it. I forgot about that. I was distracted by music. I don't pay much attention. Alright, so the Magitek Research Facility is a pain. It's a huge pain. So if you folks want to tell me where to go, I will not object. Is that a weapon for Celes? Like, it should be, I'm sorry, it should be more. Yeah, that's what I remember that there's a lot of hidden stuff. So what's fun is that Kefka's tower, at the end of the game, you can see chunks of the Magitek Research Facility and Vector in it. It's really cool. I think that's really cool anyway. Oh, look, it has a little star to tell you that he's learned everything he can learn from Siren. Whoa, that's so neat. Way to go, quality of life improvements. How are we doing over here, friend? Kieran, it's gonna take a while. Maybe I should work on getting everybody else a little bit more healing. Maybe everybody else should cure. You know, like maybe it's more valuable to have, at this point, have everybody have cure 1. And then we'll go from there. Although really, if Edgar and Sabin are using cure, you're doing it wrong. I don't know, man. I don't know. Wow, Sabin is higher level than everyone because he had to get... Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go through these chutes. I don't remember which one we want to go through here. Okay, can I... Oh my god. Onion Knights? Oh my god, they are, aren't they? Alright, and then you're just gonna attack maybe, and you're just gonna attack maybe, and you're going to... Oh, I did use... Okay, yeah, thank you. No, that's a good point. Oh, shoot, that was wrong. Well, that's fine. We'll just drill the proto-armor. No! Rocket launcher! I don't like that! Oh, that was really bad! I don't like that! That's true, they can be my out-of-battle healers. Good point. No, please don't murder me. Okay, good. I'm not dead. Alright. Poisona. I'm never gonna hit the right button, am I? La 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 la. La 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 la. I will eventually learn the right button. No. How do I unequip it? Ah, there we go. Oh shoot, I went the wrong way. Have I ever mentioned that I don't like the Magitek Research Facility? Because I don't. No, am I stuck? I messed it up, didn't I? Oh no. I'm gonna die. I can. The thing about the Magitek Research Facility, why do I have the drill equipped? I should not have the drill equipped. Set them on fire, please. Oh, I'm gonna die here. It's terrible. There's an elevator? Okay. Oh wait, no, flash. Okay. Sorry, Locke. Locke is like, why am I dying? Because I'm bad at this. Okay. Like this, like the sound of it is perfect. There's an elevator? Oh, there is an elevator. Whoa! Thank you. Oh my god, it's so annoying. It's really annoying, by the way, folks. This is the way out. Oh my god. Why? Magitek Research Facility, I hate you. I hate you, Magitek Research Facility. It's fine. It's all good. Oh, is there something in the pipe? Okay. Alright, thank you. Oh, I got another Bioblaster. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Bum bum ba da 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 bum 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 ba. Oh, it does. Yeah, no, like it's okay. It's mutual. Nobody here is happy. Locke is doing like no damage. Wow. Alright, I should probably cast that. Okay, hold on. I guess I should have Locke not suck. Alright. Am I entirely blinded? Oh my god. So annoying. La, 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 la. Okay, now I go down through, right? 'Cause there's something else for me to do up here, right? Right? Oh my god. Bell's a Q, not to be confused with barbecue. No, you're gonna attack. Oops. Bow, 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 bow. I don't think I know Kingdom Two Crowns. I don't think I've heard of it. What is Kingdom Two Crowns? Bum, ba-dum. It is nice that they let you choose whether to go down on that or not. Okay, so I want to hug the right wall. Oh, do I need to heal? Thank you. Yeah, I need to make that. I need to make the seal eventually. I mean, fortunately, like it's still a good song. It's just I wanted more. Man, Figure Out Brothers are good. It's a hidden passage along the right wall in one of the upcoming rooms. Alright, well, we'll probably find it then if we're looking for it. Yeah! Locke got a level. Good job, Locke. Did I do that wrong? I did that wrong, didn't I? Oh, I wanted to go down that. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I didn't need to do anything anyway. Oh my god, Magitek Research Facility, why are you like us? It doesn't know. I blame Kefka. Actually, Gestahl. Kefka probably didn't have much to do with the planning of it. I'm so glad I can just set them all on fire. Oh, this? I'm waiting. Oh, okay. We got it. Okay, I was waiting to see what folks had to say. Look at all these onion knights we're gonna take out. It's interesting that we're fighting literal children in this in the Magitek Research Facility. Amazing. Ah, what we got? What we got? Zephyr Cloak. That sounds useful. Look at us killing all of these children. All right. Who do I put the Zephyr Cloak on? Ice Brand. Is that better? Okay, so they're the same, so we just pick whichever one we want. Oh. Yeah. Okay. What is this? Is that for cloak? One of these? It is. Yes. Locke now has 2 elemental weapons, that's true. Did I put it on her? It doesn't look like it's as good for here, no. I don't know. There's too many options there. I'm just gonna not do it. Do I want to go all the way down the pipe? Yeah, no, Celes has Ice Brand. So Locke has Flame Tongue and Lightning. Alright, Edgar has learned Cure. Okay. Oh, Locke is really not good at magic, is he? Oh no. Whoops. Oh, that took me back out where I came from? Oh yeah. Cool. Okay. Now what do I do? Listen to some chugging guitars. I really don't like the Magitek Research Facility. Give Sab and Kira, that's a good point. God, Locke, why are you so bad at literally everything in this game? He really is. He really is hands down, if not the worst character in the game, one of the worst characters in the game. But I love him so much, you know? La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Ba, da, 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 da. Ba, da, 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 da. Down and to the left. Okay, we'll do that. Oh man! Okay, good. Okay, that's why we've got those weapons equipped. So it doesn't matter how bad Locke is. Sometimes it will unleash the power of magic on him. On bad guys, not on him. We should probably try not to unleash the power of magic on him. Alright. God, auto battle is nice. I will pay even less attention to how much health my characters have now than ever before. I'm not sure this is a good idea, but it's an idea that I have. Man, what would you do if you didn't have fire dance? You would be sad. You would be so sad. Alright, Edgar, time to heal the party, apparently. If I get the rocket launcher, that means I have to heal. This is the thing I've learned. Oh, I don't think I want those. I don't think I need a dragoon. I might want that later. Do I just go? Did I just keep going now? Am I done? Am I done here? Can we just keep going? Alright, part of me wants to just start rambling about something to do with Final Fantasy VI. What random Final Fantasy VI related topics? Should we go from up the stairs? Okay, we'll do that. I grill her and sleep. That's a useful skill. I would like to be able to cast a sleep spell on myself. Alright, do I go through the door? Or do I go down the like thing? Hello, Meow Cat Jeff 2. Sleep's a difficult thing. Okay, go through the door. La 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 la. Golden shield, that sounds good. Who do I equip that on? Locke or Celes? No, everybody has shields except for Locke. It's not gonna be him. La 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 la. Ba da 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 da. Oops. Oh. There we go. Alright, we're gonna do different... Oh, she does... I think I made Ramu interesting in my story. Let's see. Thank you, Chrono and Blue Glass. I appreciate your support. Alright, what have you got equipped? La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Bye, Wispy Whiskers. Thank you so much for joining. It's good to have you here. Yeah, no, this song is really good. This is not my favorite of the remasters. Like, I don't think they brought enough new to this song to make me happy. But it's still Devil's Lab. It's still one of the best songs in the game, you know? Alright, where else do I go from here? Raining cats. It would be confusing, yes. My cat isn't raining. She's sleeping in the window. Do you see her? She's that lump right there. That's a cat. It's like a wheel of cheese, but it's a wheel of cat on her cat tree. See? Do you hear those guitars, my friends? Do you hear those guitars? All right, so we can just go here, right? We can just leave. We can just be like, peace out. Goodbye, Magitek Research Facility. I don't care about you anyway. Actually, like it's an interesting story thing. I do think there's a bit of unnecessary back and forth. Oh man. I'd be really sad if a dragon breathed on me. Oh man. Locke got some stamina. There we go. What's in here? Golden Helm, that sounds useful. Who do I stick it on? I don't know. I don't know. La 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 la. Oh, he can't wear it. Okay. There we go. All right, Edgar. You don't need to be able to see. You're gonna blind the enemy. All right. And straight on till we get to go have an encounter with some sad Espers. We'll see how actually... So because Ted Woolsey had to so carefully... Does this take me up? Or does this take me down? Oh, look at that. There's another treasure chest. We'll get that treasure chest. Well, we'll get the treasure chest if Belzeq isn't rudely interrupting. Oh, I probably should heal. I should probably heal my party, shouldn't I? Man. Do. Alright, wait. Healed button. Alright. Ah. Okay. Did I miss anything? Because I think I can just... Hey, Later Delete. It goes okay. So the verdict is I'm not as thrilled with this remix of the song as I want it to be. Oh, it goes around in a loop. Thanks, Magitek Research Facility. I hate you too. Magitek Research Facility and I are not friends. It's fine though. Actually, though, looking at the colors of... They've redone the backgrounds with, like, the same general idea, and I wouldn't be surprised if they use them as a base. But because they're no longer limited in their color palette they can have on the screen at one point, the detailing of the like... Just the particular metal texture and the colors that they've gone with for the battle here. Oh, Celes needs healing. I can't be trusted to heal my party as those of you who are perhaps watching for the first time maybe are now noticing. How do I get out of here? Oh, you mean not have the battle theme interrupt the area? Up and around? You know, in a lot of games, I don't like the music being interrupted. I need to jump on a conveyor here. Okay, we'll try to do that. But I like the battle theme so much in this game that I would be really sad. Oh, I should heal Sabin. Fortunately, his name is in really, really noticeable shades of red, so even Lauren, not even looking at the screen, can notice. Wow, Sabin has so much health. Oh my god, buddy. Do you need that much health? Can you like share some with everybody else? Do you have a green beret on? I think he's got a green beret on. Okay, so not this. Oh my god, I'm going in circles! I'm whining. I'm whining. No, there's a few sections in this game that I'll whine about. And the Magitek Research Facility is one of them. It's lucky it has such good music. That's its saving grace. Oh man. So do I jump in the conveyor belt in this room, or do I have to go into the room above to do it? Oh, I should just pull up a map, shouldn't I? Should I just pull up a map of the Magitek Research Facility? Usually it's not an issue. That door at the bottom? I thought I went through that door at the bottom. Did I not? Yeah, but we get to listen to the music, and at least we have auto battle, which makes life a lot less annoying. God, they keep dropping bioblasters! Are they telling me that I should use bioblasters in here? Is that what I should be doing? I thought I went through that door already. Sorry, Onion Knights. I'm gonna murder more child soldiers. Sorry, it's not my fault that Gestahl is an evil Imperial. I did this. Is there another stair? Is there another door? La 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 la. They do kind of look robotic, but now that I know what the Onion Knight is. Meow 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 meow. To the right a bit. Oh, there is a door. Oh my god. Look, it's my favorite game of all time, but I can still whine about parts of it, right? That's allowed, right? Alright, I should probably maybe change out my Espers. Magicites. What's through here? What is through? Ah. Oh my god! Final Fantasy VI! Why? There we go. I don't know, I'm just kind of... Oh, look, it's letting me know that Edgar has learned all of his everything. How is everybody else doing? Oh man, I'm gonna... Just to warn you, I will drive you crazy because I do not optimize. Okay, well, we'll get Thundara. You're gonna... Yeah, just... That's fine. No! Oh, you'll get more health. That's fine. That's fine. And you are equipped with Kieran. Okay. Oh, you don't get anything for that one. You... Oh, look at that! Just swapping. Yeah, you'll take magic. That sounds good. La 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 la. La 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 la. Okay, so where do I want to go? god, I hate this place. Do I want to jump on... Is it there? How do I get there? Further down past the crates. Okay, I can get to the crates. Meow, 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 meow. No, and I really do like the synths. That's the thing. Is it the synths that they've chosen? Oh no, please don't murder me. Oh no, you did 11 damage to me. Yay! Locke, will you suck less? He's my favorite character of all time. I'm allowed to make fun of him for sucking. He's my boy. Meow, 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 meow. Alright. This time for real. We're gonna do it, folks. For real. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get through here and hopefully not die a lot. Is the encounter rate higher in the Magitek Research Facility, or do I just notice it? Oh, those! How do I get there again? Oh man. God, I just really, really love what they've been able to do without the limitation. Yes, no, Blade Tiger, they are absolutely intended to be junior recruits, i.e. child soldiers. I'm positive. Like, I'm like joking, like, oh no, we're fighting child soldiers, but no, I genuinely think that's what we're doing. Oh, right here. Oh, here's where I can do it. Okay. I should probably heal. But I don't think they're robots. I think that they're soldiers. I used to think they were robots, but I don't think they are. Okay, what are you gonna equip? Yeah, you can work on getting Cure too. You might as well. Who doesn't have Siren? Yes, they are. Is this not what I want? This is not what I want. Oh, I can't just get. Oh, how do I get there? How do I get there? I guess I'll figure it out. Come to the left and go on it? Oh, okay, thanks. I'll do that. God, how many bioblasters do I need? All right. Do I need to heal? Probably. No, magic. Cure Celes. And yourself. All right, we're good. That was probably unnecessary. Oh, I can sell them. Oh, cool. All right, I'll just sell some bioblasters. I'll just unleash chemical warfare into the world. That won't possibly go wrong. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-da. God, I love what they've done with his sprite. He's got so many colors. So many colors. It's fantastic. Like, it's so good. See, like, this man is crazy. All right? He's crazy. His brain has broken. He snapped. He is nuts. Oh my god. I don't think Locke can use a bioblaster. I mean, he's fabulous in addition to being crazy. You can be multiple things at once, as Kefka is proving right now. Okay, so he's already talking about reviving the Warring Triad. La 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 la. Ba 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 ba. Ba da 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 da. So I decided that since Celes comes with ice magic, she must have had Shiva transfused into her, just like it would make sense that Ifrit would be in Kefka, since he primarily seems to have an affinity for fire, shall we say. Kefka absolutely can and will. Well, because Gestahl has absolutely dreams of world domination. Sorry, the music is really good. This is the thing is, it's really, really good. It's super good. It's still really good. I am not complaining about the Magitek Research Facility. Rather, I'm not complaining about Devil's Lab. I just wanted them to do more with Devil's Lab. All right, we do it. Yes, we go down. I'm not gonna regret this. I mean, I'm probably gonna regret this. Oh, I guess, yeah, that's true. Leo, if he hadn't refused getting magic, maybe he would have gotten lightning, but he doesn't. Well, but also they didn't have Ramu. Ramu was hiding in Zozo. All right. Oh, geez. Is this gonna work? Oh, okay. What? I mean, this isn't gonna do anything. Fortunately, hopefully they'll take care of business. Hopefully. Okay. Oh, good. Okay, it counts if it's a magic weapon. Cool. 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 God, I love the mariachi trumpet. It's so good. I know I've talked about it before, but look at that. Was this bucket here in the original? I get the feeling it wasn't. I feel like they've added a lot of buckets in this game, which I appreciate, honestly. I'd rather this game not be punishing. You know, like, play this game, enjoy it. If your flan is blue and also alive, you have made a mistake. Thank you, Chrono. That one's really funny. Can we add that to FlutiBot's backlog so that when we wake her up, we can put that quote in there? Did I save? Let's save just to be sure. Oh, we did save. Okay, well, we saved again for safety. Noel girl, do you frequently achieve sentient cooking errors? Because that is quite a feat. Does it matter which one of them I talk to first? Do I fight them one at a time? I don't remember. I should remember. Safety, oh my god. Okay, all right, let's do it then. I think we're gonna hear some Another World of Beasts after this. Oh, it's such a good song. Hi, Ifrit. Bum. La 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 la. Oh, I think he might have a fire weapon equipped. Well, let's punch. No! Yeah, that's what I figured. That's okay, Locke will be healing us. Locke will be healing the party from now on. That's what he does. What a good boy you are, Locke. Who needs healing? Edgar. He just got slightly set on fire. Oh, now Celes does. Okay. La, la, la. Sense of familiar strength. Ah, yes, yes. I don't want to fight them. There we go. La, 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 la. Yes, honestly, I feel like they've made this game potentially it's a little bit easier. I don't know. I know that when I was a kid, I wasn't over leveled and I didn't have the strategy that I have now. Oh, right. No. So I've played Chrono Trigger several times, but it's been a while. So I did not think about a new. But no, Knoll Girl is the one who is making a sentient fawn, apparently. Yeah, I think I must be really high level and also not a child anymore. So I'm much better at this game than I would have been at the tender age of like 10 or 11. They're like, well, we can tell that you're strong. And when we said for you to stop fighting, you stopped fighting. Bum, bum, ba, da, 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 bum, ba, da, bum, 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 ba, da, bum, ba, da, bum, ba, da, bum, ba, da, 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 da. Gestahl has captured many more of us. They're all here being drained of their powers. Suffered my turn in one of the capsules. Just, like, I feel like even for a kid who doesn't understand a lot of things in the world, the, like, sheer wrongness of this comes across, you know? They dump us down here to die. Yeah, so this is a thing that I don't think was in Ted Woolsey's translation, because I didn't know this. I wish I'd realized this. I'd forgotten if I did know it when I wrote my story, because I did not use this detail, but that would have been nice. I think that would have added a layer of meaning to it. Running out of time. La 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 la. All right, let's go get the bucket. I'm not gonna do the roll risk bucket, but I'm thinking it. La 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 la. Did I save? I don't remember if I did or not, so we're gonna save. I can't trust my memory, folks, but apparently I did save, so. Oh, I should probably equip some of my new Espers. Diamond dust. Meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Bum 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 dun 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 bum ba. Well, we don't have to wait. We can just have her do it. It's good. La 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 la. La 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 la. That was Osmos good? I don't know. Look, okay. This has been wildly, clearly established. I am not optimal in my playing of Final Fantasy VI. Never have been, never will be. So many stairs. forgot about these stairs when I wrote about lots of stairs in this. After the stairs, there's a hallway. Bottom left of the hallway is a secret passage. Thank you, Blue Glass. Oh, shoot. What? No! What just happened? Did I just cure the enemy? I don't know what I did, but I'm gonna turn that off. Okay. I don't know what I did, but you were good. I need to remember to put my correct autopilot on. Man, I'm so fast. At the top of the stairs, there's a hallway. Bottom left of the hallway is a secret passage. Is that here? After the stairs. Oh, no, stop. Tools, flash, blitz. We're gonna suplex you, my buddy. You're gonna attack, and you're gonna attack. Oh no! I don't know what you just did to me, but I'm gonna set you on fire. Bam! Near the leftmost tube. What does program 18 to me do, though? Oh, reflect. Okay. Oh, look at that! Look at that! There's all these optional path thingies! These guys, I recognize you, buddy. Oh no! How dare you! How dare you! Jerk butt. Jerk butt face man. I'm very good at the insults. I'm really good at trash talking. I am a trash talking expert here. Alright, we're gonna fight this dude. Beat him up. Yeah, we're gonna go to the right. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, we're gonna go check that out. Oh, there's nothing. Well, it was worth trying. Oops, I did not mean to go down there, but I'm really bad at buttons. Lanergia Destroyer. Bam! Da da da. Aha! There's a treasure chest. Stone blade. That sounds significant. Do I want to equip that on one of my party members? What does that do? May cast break. That sounds good. Does anyone have berserk? Can I have berserk yet? Is that a thing? Do you want the elemental sword on her? Oh my god. You folks are way more optimal than I am. Alright. Who teaches berserk? Does anyone teach berserk? I didn't think I could have berserk at this point. I didn't think so. I guess I don't need Cure 2. Might as well go back to like learning other useful things with him. Oh, now you can use the Priest Smiter, huh? Which one of these do I want to replace with, hold on. I don't know that he can use the break one, because I'm not seeing it. Oh wait, what? Oh, you've been playing a harder hack. Okay. La 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 la. So you're like, man, this is a lot of tubes. Is this what they were talking about? Again, that sense of wrongness. Oh! We're gonna go fight this guy. Oh, I want lightning, don't I? Who's got lightning? Yes, capsules of suffering. Yeah, no, like... I mean, fortunately, Fire Dance just undoes literally everything. It's so good. Yeah! At least I'm leveling up and learning lots of stuff. Alright. This guy is like Dr. Luge's thing from Final Fantasy IV? Or am I getting Final Fantasy IV and Phantasy Star 1 confused? Dr. Luge is from which of those two games? There's a dude in the other one. Okay, Luge is in Final Fantasy IV. Okay, what's the name of the doctor in Phantasy Star 1? I thought that I was getting those names confused. Well, I'm glad, but you know what I'm talking about. He's got his like Frankenstein robot thing. That's what this sprite makes me think of. All right, I probably should have healed, but I didn't. That's fine. Not the actual design in here. Oh no! Drill. He is really cool looking though. Smack her out of it, maybe. I don't think... Oh, this actually might be a bad idea. I forgot that he doesn't totally suck right now. Okay, well, she might die, but then I'll get her back. Okay, well, he might die before he has a chance to kill her. Alright. She's like, yes, Locke, I got the point. You don't have to additionally hit me with your fire sword. She can Thundara the bad guy, and you're going to cure the party. Yeah, I cure the party. Thank you, Chrono. That is also what I was thinking. God, that did a lot of damage. It was a very big zap. Man, this game, it turns out it is not very difficult, which is why people were so excited when the T edition came out, because it provided more challenge. I got the right button on first try. Thank you very much. Have we at this point in the story seen Madwyn? I don't think we have, so you don't know at this point that in fact Terra's father is here. I think that my chapter that I wrote with the Devil's Lab, I think that I did some good character stuff. I brought Terra. Rather, they were here to rescue Terra, so she got to be present for this, and it was has emotion. No. Good, my equipment to check. What am I gonna do with my equipment? Oh my goodness, Phil. Okay, well there's like 20 something chapters, so you'll have plenty to read. Oh, do I not have another boss speech before then? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, mine is 165,000 words and counting, so... But I've started writing some original stories, so the chapters might slow down a little bit, especially because I'm doing the audiobook stuff. But I just really want to get to the end of the World of Balance, and I'm pretty close. So. And there's Carbuncle. Yeah. They're like, it's a little late. We're all going to die. Here's Sid in his raincoat, which is even clearer. And this, I do really like the sprites. I really, really do. The music is so... And here Sid is learning. Yeah, it turns out if they voluntarily give you their power, it's better than if you slowly torture them, siphoning off their energy over a period of years. If they have enough energy to come to me. Screw you, Sid, and your evil ways. Sid is an interesting character because, like, the game does try to establish that Leo is a good-hearted person on the wrong side. So you kind of have to be like, you know, how does he justify to himself the things that the Empire does? But with Sid, he doesn't get quite the same level of humanization. At least the characters in the story don't say good or positive things about him the way they do about Leo, guiding us to think that we're supposed to think more that Leo is a more complex character. Sid talks about Celes, and then at the solitary island we humanize him, but he doesn't get the same level of sympathy from the characters in the story, which is part of why it's interesting that he's the one that has a continued story. But it's true that he doesn't really have a story value up till that point, whereas Leo has an important arc. You know, Leo serves an important role. So they use those characters well, and I'm glad that Sid does come back and kind of try to make up for to some degree some of what he's done. So here we have Celes and Sid, these shady characters, your underlings. And in some ways this kind of feels like it's it kind of feels like it comes out of nowhere, but it makes sense. And knowing that originally, apparently, in an earlier draft of the game story, she was supposed to be infiltrating us as a spy. And then Locke doubts her after all that. And it just destroys her after everything. Maybe so, Sean. I still feel like I understand, like I said, when that scene happened, I understand the power dynamics of why they made the choice that they did to take that out, but I feel that it, for me, it undercuts some of the effectiveness of that scene. And yeah. And she's done nothing at this point, action-wise, to have earned this distrust. Like, it doesn't really come out of you know, actions. We haven't seen her hesitate. We've seen nothing but like unflinching efforts to do the right thing and stand up for her friends and undo some of the evil that she's been complicit in up until this point. But I do think that there is some value in remembering that Celes does have her history. And so if we put ourselves in the mindset of somebody in this world, knowing that Celes is infamous for having slaughtered Miranda, would contextualize, but at the same time that would be easier to believe anyone else in the world, anyone else in the party would doubt her, except for Locke. Now he does say later on, even if it was only for a moment, like this is not like, oh, that makes sense and I distrust you. This is his moment of doubt and disbelief. And he also, I think to some degree, distrusts himself, because like he tries to save her and like people like give him a hard time for saving people, and they're like, you interfered with things and you saved her because of your feelings about Rachel. So he has this like some degree of self-doubt going into this. And you know, she is, you know, okay, I'm gonna use my stories thing, but she is the butcher of the Miranda, the butcher of Miranda and stuff. Like she has committed war crimes. She has been on the bad guy's side before. And here you have both Sid and Kefka confirming this idea of her having been a spy. So even if it's just a little seed of doubt, I can kind of understand, so, to some degree, how that would happen, because people are fallible, and yeah. And now Kefka is like, well, you know, she either betrayed us or she betrayed you. Like, either way, she's a traitor. It's true. Either she turned her back on the Empire and is a traitor, or she's a what's the word? She's a double agent. Like, I don't know. And she's really upset because, okay, I'm gonna be projecting my interpretation of these characters here, and I don't know that that's necessarily what we need to do here. Do we really want the obsessive Locke and Celes fan to overanalyze what the characters are thinking and feeling and doing at this moment? I don't know. But this is like, their relationship is so at the core of the game story, especially in, I mean, that's what motivates her to go on in the world of Ruin. It's so central to the story that people who deny that their love story exists. Hi, Julie. Thank you so much for the subscription, friend. I'm just kind of going off on a tear here about my favorite characters of all time, because I love them very much, and this is a good moment to go off on my tangent about how I can understand people choosing not to like this pairing. That's fine and valid. But it's canon. It's one of the central relationships of the game. It drives some of the plot of the game. Their ending themes overlap. Yeah, it's canon. Oh my god. Yeah, sorry, Phil. Am I setting you up for making a million puns about the characters in this game? Yeah, no, but so here, the way I see it, and this is something that is completely undercut by, like any possibility that Celes is in fact a double agent doesn't work with my understanding of Celes as a character. because to me, she comes across as somebody who has done things that she thinks now, looking back, are morally wrong. And so she's departed from that at great cost to herself. But she doesn't make excuses for it. She just tries to do the right thing. And I think that she is plagued by enough self-doubt at moments that I feel like having this one person who has always, like, because, like, Locke is like, we'll get through this. It's gonna be fine. I'll protect you. Things will work out. We'll find her. He's the little, he's like the little relative ray of sunshine in some ways. He's pretty optimistic about stuff. And he vouches for her when nobody else trusts her, when everyone else sees her as being, you know, the villainous general of the Empire. He doesn't see her that way. And if you'll remember, her bio in this version of the story says basically that nobody has seen the person that she is. And so in a way, like, Locke does. We think. There's some complication there. So when she says, do you see me, or do you just see this other person you feel guilty about? That's like, she clearly, like, has some issues with being seen for herself, which is something that I can relate to for better or for worse. But so to have maybe, like, some faith in herself start building up, that maybe people can see her for her and she can do some good and it can be meaningful, and she doesn't have to be, you know, General Celes of the Empire, seen as the weapon created by the Empire, but she can be Celes, the individual, the human being who's decided to join the Returners and is going to try to fight for justice. That kind of, like, disappears when this one person who had faith in her has faith in her. And it's super important, I think, to get to the point where you can have that sense of your own self-value and your self-worth intrinsically, like, rooted in you and not in somebody else's faith. Like, if having faith in yourself because somebody else's faith in you is the only way that you can have that feeling of worth, that's an okay starting point. But it is really important to not have that reliance on someone else, because even people who mean well will let you down a lot of times, and sometimes there can be misunderstandings, as in this case, and it can be dangerous. I don't know. So yeah, no, I think I love the difficult dynamics of, like, just the melodrama. There's just so much drama. I love them very much. Look. And he can't say, I believe you. He can't say it. And in this moment of weakness, in come some bad guys, and they're gonna destroy us. And, like, at this point, we know that the might of the Empire is sometimes a bit bigger than we can handle. Like, for example, the Guardian. If we try to go into the front, we can't. We aren't strong enough to. So, if, you know, the entire Magitek force comes through here, we can't withstand it, even though we're really strong and we've taken lots of things that we find. Like, it's okay that this is a moment that our characters, our heroes, can't fight what we face here. They're using more colors of more kinds of magic because they can use more colors. They're just showing off their palette. I handled this scene a little bit differently. I think the way that I did it made sense, but either way, like, and Locke is like, I messed this up. I messed this up. I made a mistake and I was wrong. Like, he doesn't genuinely super believe it. He doubts her for a little while. Oh no. This is bad. Reversed the energy flux in the extraction chambers. Extraction chambers. Such a euphemistic scientific term. Thanks, Sid. Is there anything else I can do in here? I don't think so. I think I'm done. But I don't remember for sure. How to Esper really quick? Well, you see. Alright, we'll do this. Alright. Oops. Interesting sound effect. What have I done indeed, Sid? So here, okay, Kefka threatened him to continue his work, but he started his work before Kefka would have threatened him. He started extracting magic power from, like, they had to get the magic from somewhere to put it in Kefka. So before Kefka got his magical infusion, they were already draining magic from the Espers. You can't blame this one on Kefka, Sid. You can't do it. I'm gonna talk him down from the war. All right, we got a heal bucket. It is very nice of them to be providing all these heal buckets. All right. Yeah, I think we can just generally assume when we find a bucket now. The bucket was not in the original. Alright. Do I want to equip? I've got so many of them now. Wow. Oh, that'll get me cure faster. Carbuncle. Teleport. Modwin. A tide of anger on enemies. What did I know this one as name-wise? Alright, Locke. You can have Bismarck. I'll make you slightly less bad. Sorry. Alright, who do you have equipped? Ramu? Wow. All right. Sure, you can do Madwin. All right. We're gonna save again because we moved things around, and why save once when you can save 3 times? All right, Sid. Celes. Bye, Meow Cat Jeff. I've known her ever since she was a child. I doted on her as if she were my own daughter. They don't feel like they have this kind of relationship, honestly. But I also forced her to become a Magitek Knight. Want to apologize for my mistakes. Yes. It's Kefka. Everyone's afraid of Kefka. Everyone is afraid of Kefka. Oh, such a good song. And so we fixed up these graphics some because we can. Oh my god, the Magna Rotor. Summon Phantom, not... okay. The music feels like it's slowed down. Maybe So No Girl. That may make sense. Wow, the music is really good. Ta-da. Yeah, these graphics really work nicely. I mean, clearing things up. It was just like a mess of pixels. It was sometimes kind of hard to see what was going on the outside edges. So it's maybe a little bit too clean now, But that's okay. It looks like that thing didn't work, unfortunately, but that's okay. Is this music slowed down? Oh. God, it's such a good song. This one is, like, it's a fine song originally, but it is good in this version. Oh, I should probably heal Locke. Oh, the Super Nintendo version has the enemies in front of the cart. Interesting. I literally don't remember. Flame scroll, huh? Because we're trying to outrun them. So if you like hearing what I have to say about Final Fantasy VI, I will be joining we'll be ending our Thursday stream early this coming week so that I can join one of my friends who is an academic who has written about the music of Final Fantasy VI. And so that'll be Thursday evening. And I'm not really sure what we're going to talk about, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I should heal Locke. I'll heal Locke eventually. I promise. But yeah, so feel free to join, and we'll raid from my stream to pop over there. So it should be a good time. He's the individual who convinced me that Final Fantasy VI is an opera. So I don't imagine we're going to agree on everything, but that's fine. This guy looks kind of like, oh shoot, stop talking, Lauren. Oh, right, okay, what's the deal here? There's a thing here, right? Do I want to hit the blades, or do I want to hit number 128? What do I want to do here? Oh, I just want to hit him a lot? Okay, I can do that. Oh, shoot, Locke! No! Oh, Locke died. Oh, that's fine. I wasn't using him anyway. Yeah. Oh, shoot. That's really bad. This guy's bad. Alright, you're going to Rising Phoenix him, and you're going to hopefully revive Locke. Phoenix down on Locke. He is KO'd. Oh no, it hasted itself. That's bad news for me. Bad news, boy. Alright, Locke, please don't be dead. No, magic cure Locke. Please don't. No! Sorry, I have objections. Anyway, I'm sorry, that probably made a lot of noise. Oh, you know what I should have done is I should have waited. Oh, he got his jerk. Come on, come on, come on, come on. No. Okay. Alright, we're gonna be alright. Then you go back to drill on number 128. Ah, you're gonna heal yourself and try not to die. Alright, we're gonna focus on this. It's such an Amano illustration. It kind of makes me think of how he draws one of the dudes in a... Oh god, heal everybody. Heal everybody. Everybody gets healed. Locke, I'm sorry, you're so bad at things. Oh! Okay. This game is not actually hard. We're fine. Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about here. We're good. Everything's okay. Da, 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 da. Probably another bucket. Oh man, we knocked that guy over. Alright. Yes, but there's not a bucket. But that's okay. La, 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 la. I don't actually think that they're supposed to be clockwork knights, which I think might be what they were called in the original. I don't think they're supposed to be clockwork. I think that they're supposed to be young soldiers. Okay. Alright. Do I have to fight another boss here or something like that? Do I have to fight another boss? Oh no. I don't know what Program 17 is, but it's probably bad news. Okay. Alright, well we'll take this out then. There we go. Whoops. Well, that's fine. Jeez. Oh my god, please don't kill me. Phew. Oh. Screw that. Come on, Sabin, run away. Just leave Edgar's body here to rot. Brotherhood, man. This is why I have tents. I should actually use one. Ding. Do they not customize? Do they customize the tents for the characters? I hope they do. It's very cute. The brothers get a crown on theirs. Yes, this is the first tent that I've used all game. I think I do a pretty good job with that. Well, it's because they're both royalty. I don't feel like fighting these guys. Bye-bye! Bye-bye! Come on, boys. Bye-bye! Bye-bye! Oh my god. Okay, we did it. We did it. Bum, bum, boom! Here we go. Locke is like, I'm having feelings. So it's just like, stop being emo. We need to not die. And everyone's like, okay, that's fair. Yeah, we don't have time to stop and think about how she's doing. Crud, what a mess. I'm pretty sure that he means a bigger swear than crud. God, the lighting is so beautiful. So this is where he put the slave crown on Terra, if you recognize this chamber. It was Pipsqueaks, okay. Because I think they're supposed to be young soldiers. Fairly sure. Alright, let's see how I do with this. Look out! Can I, like, equip Setzer? It seems we're rather in demand. Oh, it's snowing! Like crazy, just like it did yesterday. Okay. Don't like the look of those things. Everybody rushes to this thing. Okay. God, it's such good music, though. It's so good. Oops. I assume this is what I want to do. Probably have actually equipped them, but that's okay. See how this goes. Yeah, Sabin's over there taking care of that one. Because I don't think I can fire dance both of them. I think I can only hit... Oh, that's a song. Oh, Sheila, hold on. No, we're not gonna try a slot right here. Oh no! Don't you dare! Oh, okay. We're gonna try a slot not on a boss fight when we haven't saved. Because I'm not doing Joker death by accident. Whistle? I don't think I realized that this sounded like something from the 60s. Like, it's really kind of cheesy, but in a good way. You know, it does kind of have that, like, sort of, like, kind of cheesy, almost a little bit. Smarmy isn't quite the right word, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Amazing. That's gotta be an intentional stylistic decision. It's really fun, and it fits Setzer. Because he's kind of this, like, flamboyantly cheesy, like, kind of over-the-top, silly, luxurious dude. Yeah, like an intro to a 70s newscast or something. Yeah, kind of, yeah. Or a game show. It has that kind of feel to it. I'm amused. All right, Locke's like, yeah, I guess we better fill in, like, the story of everything that you haven't seen or heard. The overworld looks slightly better when you can see the brightness of the sky, but it's still a little too much. Oh, there's treasure chests now. Those weren't there before. Everyone's here now. They can have cutscenes with characters' dialogue. All right. Hi, Terra. We've got some Magitek. That's right, we were going to bring them back here so maybe they could help teach her how to be okay with being an Esper. Though the chests were there and I just didn't open them. Well, look, I was story focused. So now she has memories of this. I think I forgot about the fact that these were her memories of her childhood, if I even knew that she remembered this. Because for some reason, I don't know that I knew that this was her memory. Hi, Madwin. Doesn't have access to a portrait. So apparently you can play as Madwin in the apparently terrible Chocobo racing game that just came out recently, and everyone is very excited because what the heck, Madwin? Are you serious? Why? Someone's trying to come through the gate. I bet there's something in that bucket. God, it's so pretty. It's such a beautiful arrangement of this song. I've heard that it's not that it doesn't play very well and it isn't very fun, and that it only has like 2-player local co-op and people were disappointed and stuff. So I haven't played it, but I've heard a number of people not like it. But that may be unfair because I haven't played it. Hence, apparently terrible. No, he's not wearing a Speedo. He's wearing, it's got like, it's a little skirt. A little skirt. It's got sides. I wonder if there's a big fandom for these two. You know, I wonder if there were people who really got attached to this. Wait, is this a human? Hi, Sylph. We have to kill it right away. It's a bucket, but it's not a healing bucket. Wandered in from the other world by mistake. Did I wake you? Ah, the sprites are really beautiful. The pendant is, I believe, actually part of how he keeps the gate closed. So this is actually a really irresponsible thing for him to do, but he thinks she's pretty. Yeah, like, this doesn't make sense to be Terra's memory, so this must be Madwyn, the Madwyn Magicite sharing a little bit of a memory with us. We don't know how you got here. Sick of living in the human world. It's nothing but a pit of greed and hate. It's a similar sentiment why some people think is why Frisk sought out the underworld, because they were trying to get away from problems with the human world. Only 4 stories on AO3 tagged with that? Interesting, Chrono. That's kind of disappointing. But I'm glad there's fan art. Maybe it's just the fic writers aren't into it. I wandered out into the storm, and before I knew it, I was here. Can't coexist. Should I go? Who would that someone be? Who could that possibly be? The elder is like, oh, this isn't good. Oh, this isn't good. I've seen the way they look at each other. Chrono! How many fanfics have been written between characters who don't even interact or have like a line of dialogue? Yes, her name was Madonna in the original translation. But I've encountered Madeline before, I guess it's the translation, so just go back to bed. Just be like, peace out. I mean, I think perhaps we've known different fandoms, Chrono, because that's not a reason why I would expect there not to be people writing fic. I mean, consider the fact that like my OTP is a het couple, and the big pairings from this game do include like Edgar and Terra, at least among Western fans, is a really, really big and popular one. So, no, I'm surprised. The reason why I'm surprised, Chrono, is because this is entry-level monster boyfriend. That's why I expect this to be a big deal. I expect this to be Baby's first monster boyfriend pairing, because it's not quite a. Oh really, Chrono? Okay, yeah, no. Terra and Edgar is I think the second biggest, or if not the biggest, pairing among Western fans of this game. Locke and Celes are canon, but I don't think they have the same level of devotion. For me personally, I tend to view her as being an ace, a romantic character. But I would expect that this would be the little girls who grew up to have a crush on Garrus from Mass Effect and so on, the ancient Magus Bride, etc. Those girls. Here you have a humanoid, but not entirely human, big, strong, kind man who will protect you. And you have a tragic, doomed love. I'm just saying, if that was my thing, I would probably be all over this. And there's people whose thing that is very much. Yeah, okay, Beauty and the Beast, fair point. Fair point. I will concede that. But this has the tragic romance too. Either way, I am surprised that there isn't more about that pairing because of how I know about fans. Oh my god, Dragon Imps. Do you like monster boyfriends? Are you a monster boyfriends person? There's no shame in that. It is just a... Oh my god, Chrono. Okay, thank you. Well, I'll take a look at that when I'm done streaming. See if I have called it correctly that this is in fact early monster boyfriend material. Yes, she left without a guide. Is he just a straight up boyfriend? Because like Garrus is definitely the most popular character to romance in that game. Oh, you're his monster girlfriend? I mean, I don't know. There's people who like monster boyfriend stories, and he fits some of the monster boyfriend thing. So it's mostly the fan perspective rather than which of your characters is more monstrous. The human girl went to a gate quite a while ago. You slept in, buddy. Yes, that would be terrible. Let's go say hi to self. What I've done. So she feels like she's being rejected from here, and she's like, I shouldn't be here. Why has it happened after all of these years? Good question. But she winds up staying here for a couple of years, and they're in love. God, his sprite is gorgeous. Like, the coloring that they've chosen is really, really cool looking. Like, he just looks awesome. They want to make sure that he looks cool. Hi, buddy. And Madwin just pushes him out of the way. Like, I've got to go find that girl. I don't want anything to happen to her. She's sad and beautiful and tragic. He's like, you can stay here. And she's like, I don't know that that's allowed. And then we have a symbolic dance. Symbolism. This game's gotta stay relatively PG. Having the particle effects makes this look much like really like, look at that, isn't that cool? That was so pretty. That was beautiful. Yeah, the pendant is in the key items. She's clearly, yeah, like she's more clearly Terra here than before. But yeah, it's like kind of sweet and lovely. Like you can imagine, you have these two years to imagine that end tragically. Like, I mean, if nobody else is gonna write it, I'll write it. It's got sufficient melodrama, tragedy, and trauma. Yes, there's a storm just like 2 years ago. Why have these storms been happening? Has Gestahl been up to something? Brings an army that seeks our magical powers, so they start dragging them out. Yeah, we'll probably end after this because I need to eat and do other things. God, the music is so good. Oh man, the drum kit is really doing well here. She's such a cute little baby. Look at how cute and little and bitty and green she is. Yeah, they really made them both very beautiful sprites. Magic barrier. I don't know that I realized this from the Ted Woolsey translation. Even among Espers, the power to create a magical seal is limited to a single bloodline. I am the last of that line. It seems like you would make a point of reproducing in that case. Although, honestly, it feels like the Espers are fairly, like, I don't know, like, are they dying out here? Are there a few of them? Without me, you will never again be able to open the gate. Yeah, she's like, this is my life, this is my world, this is where my family is. And so I guess they relatively accept her. When they say then it's decided, which is not, I think, how I interpreted this, then she is welcome among them. God, he's so cool looking. He's got a very intense and serious face. All right, shall we do this? No. Yeah, so some of them are still, of course. Yeah. They've had 2 years to live with her, but still, when things get scary, you still point at the outsider, you know? I feel like this is a different version of this song. Just have weakened over the past millennium, and now it is time. And presumably Gestahl has been experimenting with his magical tempests. Like, it feels fairly empty here, you know? Like, it feels like there's not a lot, and they live in caves and, like, simple homes and things. I don't know. Sorry, Bahamut. God, the brass is so good. All right. Yeah, he's like, I'm not leaving my family. Ultimate treasure. And he's so petty and greedy and selfish and inconsiderate and everything. Like, oh, you can still walk out here. Huh. So the elder seems to have accepted her because he says, oh no. That's interesting. He's like, you don't have to convince me. A custom sprite on him here. I don't think he was here in the Super Nintendo version because that doesn't look familiar. I remember Gestahl talking to her and she's got the child. And in the Super Nintendo version, she says, like, take my baby. But I'm pretty sure that's a mistranslation. Where he takes the kid and she's trying to say no. So at this point, Gestahl has perhaps, you know, encroached on some of his neighbors, but he hasn't really taken over. So he strikes her down. Does he kill her? Who knows? Is that the final blow? And here's the gate sealing. Curtains are closing on that. The flashback. And our Terra is back. And Terra's like, oh, okay. I can do this. And Edgar's... yeah. So 16 years those Espers have been tortured. Thanks, Phil. Well, thank you so much for joining. And we'll just keep doing this particular game every Saturday. The rest of my stream schedule will continue as planned. Yeah, Celes' power came at the expense of one of them. Obviously, Shiva. Hit that Emperor with a blitz or two. Alright. Oh, yeah, I guess we did leave Narsh behind to come check on Terra. Sutzer's like, that's cool, we can fly around, this is fine. I'm in on this story. This is way more interesting what I was doing, like way better than watching my daytime soaps. Yeah. Special techniques? Oh, okay. Move without changing the way the airship's facing. Oh! Useful when trying to land. Oh, really, Mercurius? Okay, I didn't remember that. Oh, it's a red shadow because you can't land there. There's whistling, I think. Maybe it's a theremin. I don't know. I think it's whistling, which I like. I'm sorry. What did you think I was gonna do? Oh, it sounds like a theremin to you? Okay. I think it's supposed to be reminiscent, possibly, of... Well, I don't know, though. Like, if his music is supposed to have, like, this, like, 60s, 70s sound and feel, a theremin would be a good choice for that. We are. I gotta get this music out of my system for a minute. It's really satisfying, okay? It's just really exciting and satisfying, and I just really enjoy this. So we'll go back to what we're supposed to be doing another time. I missed. Oh man, I'm really bad at this. Hey, doesn't it? Isn't it great? They did such a good job. Yeah. All right. Let's try and get it right this time. I think it might, like, there we go. Oh, right. We left them. We left them in Collingwood. That's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, well, we'll, We're gonna save. I'm sorry. It's just so good. Oh, man, folks. Oh, yawn, stretch. Everybody should stretch. We've been sitting here for a while. But I think I'm going to shut down so I can eat some food, work on things, which might include my, it might include Darkness and Starlight Chapter 1, which hopefully will be coming out, I'm hoping, by the end of this month. Quick announcement, Chrono? Okay. And just to let everybody know what we're gonna do, I'm going to be streaming this game again continuously, like on Saturdays until we finish it. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Thank you so much for joining me. Even those of you who've seen me play this game before and have heard me talk extensively about it, thank you for being here again. Tuesdays will continue to be Horizon Zero Dawn. That game is really good. If you haven't watched it or played it, I really encourage you to give it a try. It's an incredibly good game. And then Thursdays are my Hades night. Hades, we finally started making progress again, which is good. I was getting a little frustrated, but it's such a good game. Like, again, like the quality of writing in both of those games is just exceptional. Like, they're really evidence to me that the quality, like the caliber of writing in modern games is beyond what we could have imagined in the Super Nintendo days. And we needed to have games like Final Fantasy VI to take storytelling in games further. But I'm really glad. I feel like in a lot of ways we have left it behind, and that's a good thing. And so it's really nice that there are such good stories. Again, this coming Thursday, I will be ending my Hades stream early so that we can dive on over to my friend Bardic Knowledge's channel on Twitch, and we will raid him. So you can just follow me over there if you want to hear me and him and the rest of his crew talk about Final Fantasy VI. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but it'll be fun and interesting. Hopefully, I will have fun with it. Again, next Saturday there is a concert to support Equality Texas. And specifically helping fight for the rights of trans kids in Texas. And I will be performing, so if you'd like to hear me make some music, follow me and I'll share once I've got links for that, but that's going to be next Saturday, a week from today. I will have more information as we wrap up our stream then. We may just raid directly from this stream into that concert. And then save the date for April 10th for a concert, and April Fool's Day I will have a surprise for everybody, so be prepared for that. And there's finally a song coming up. My band's first single off of our new album will be coming out sometime soon-ish. So I think that's everything. Yes, feel free to join the Discord if you want. Chrono left a link, and we would love to have you there. So please feel free to stay in touch if this seems like a good time for you. I would love to. I'd love to have you continue to hang out with us. I should, I suppose, see who is rateable, because that's a thing that you're supposed to do when you stream. But I'm really not good. Oh, Disco Cactus! Okay, we're gonna go raid Disco Cactus. You guys ready? Oh, we're gonna go to Kara Comparetto. She did an entire Final Fantasy VI thing. Let's do that. Okay, hold on. All right, folks. I will see you lovely folks another time. Please, thank you so much for joining me again. Take care, and I hope that your Saturday goes well. All right, bye.